Yeah, come on now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV live with another match day live. Newcastle United going away at Villa against the Villains to get hopefully 3 points and catapult us to an ultimate triumph in the. Well, I mean, not it's not set in stone after this one, but I think it might say a lot of where Villa is going to end. That means eliminating one other competitor, keeping them away from us, and giving us a jump start to fight for that second spot that we haven't been in over 20 years since the last time that Newcastle United finished second. We got Wayne, we got Gary in the building for this wonderful match, important match. So, fellas, we got to be excited. I'm assuming we are excited, or maybe nervous.
Getting more excited by the minute, Villa.
Oh.
Man City being held 0-0 at Everton.
Is that right?
They are 3 points behind now when we've still got a game in hand.
No, we don't.
12 minutes to go.
Where's the game in hand? We already played it, man.
No, but this is an extra game they've played now.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Well, we've got Villa to play.
Well, I mean, we got a game in hand for an hour. Okay. Anyways, so but I think that we can beat them. We have beat them away. That's not a surprise. Although I think every match is against them is difficult. Here's the thing, though, and I don't want to get too deep into this, but but I saw a conversation in the chat, which, by the way, everybody can join the group chat, the WhatsApp group, about the Mackhams and how Mighty Win is scared to play them because they're the greatest club in the world. Mark Tune under as well. They're all scared of the Mackhams. I think they're so irrelevant. I don't even think of them. I think that's the distance between Newcastle and the Mackhams right now at the moment.
No, that's a distance. That's the distance between Sunderland and Missouri.
No.
Difference
They
between Sunderland and Newcastle.
They don't exist in my world of view.
Exactly.
I'm thinking about. In fact, I'm thinking about Champions League. I'm thinking about bigger. We got bigger fish to fry than the Mackhams. The Mackhams are irrelevant. So I think that actually Aston Villa. You can't even put Tottenham in that situation. I've been saying this all the time. We are in the same bracket. And I think that Aston Villa understands that. I think they want to beat us. I think that they want to win a trophy before we do. We just won a trophy. I don't know the last time they won a trophy. Probably same as Tottenham, maybe 10 years to 15 years, whatever it is. I can't remember. But we're all in the same bracket. And I didn't want them to win Champions League. Win was all about them getting the Champions League. I don't want them. I think they are our rivals as far as where we're at in the pecking order in English football at the moment. And we won a trophy recently, but it's the Carabao Cup. I think we cherish it, but we gotta take them out. We gotta take Villa out, and it's not gonna be an easy match. And it doesn't add that we've beaten them, I think, back to back now at Villa Park, and when people expected us not to. Remember the season where they had too many players injured. I don't think not even you expected to win that one.
Correct.
And we did. And I believe actually before that we lost every match up to that one that we should have maybe won or tried to. And so Stephen Harker has proven my point. Didn't realize Sunderland were still a thing. Exactly. Only Mighty Win lives in the past, man. Stop trying to make them relevant, man. Me and Gary already came up in agreement. They don't matter. They don't. You know what I mean? They're just a thing of the past, Mighty Win. A thing of the past, man.
They're irrelevant to everyone except us.
They're irrelevant, man. They're irrelevant. They only exist because they get to talk about they FTM to us all the time. So but that's it. They have no other skin in the game really at the moment. So maybe they'll get promoted and we'll talk about them and make them relevant again. But anyways, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Become a member if you can, just like Japadoni did, just like Jay Welsh did. And Jay Welsh became a member. And luck of the draw, he got the prize yesterday that we gave away. So listen, you can win prizes every month and exclusive content as well. So please become a member. Consider super chatting. Highlight your comment. Also, super stickers and all of that help the channel grow and get something for yourself as well. So,
Jay Welsh, I've got your address. That will be in the post on Monday.
In the Royal Mail.
The Royal Mail, indeed.
The Royal Mail. Anyway. All right, then. Hit the like button. And so, Villa, what do we expect from this match, ladies and gents? What do you think, Win?
It's not going to be easy. Never is. Where are we here? They've won their last 4 Prem games, so they are on a decent run.
Mm-hmm.
They
For some for some reason we don't see Gary on the screen.
That's okay.
What the hell?
I'm sure you two look so much.
I just noticed at the live feed, and let me see if that gets fixed.
He's on my live feed. Oh, he's just gone off my live feed.
I don't see him. Now he's on. Now he's on. There we go. We got Gary.
There you
no
go.
wonder Gary was quiet. You know.
No, I was listening to you two because obviously pre us going live, you guys were having a bit of a conflab about how to set up the system and everything else. So
Yeah.
I just kept in the background. I didn't want to disturb you two. And to be fair, I was having a look at the 2 teams and just doing my thing in the background. Yep. So there you go.
The consensus today for the Villa team is that he'll make changes.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the teams. I've already got the Aston Villa. I've already got Newcastle United's team. But I want to get your thoughts on the game first, though. You said it's not going to be easy. I mean, that's an understatement, but
which is why I've gone 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0. That ain't going to happen. So you're not going to change your prediction today?
No.
All right. Well, there we go. We got a super chat coming in from Benjamin Maven. Ben says, "All right, lads, going to be a tight game, but we've got it." Says Benjamin. Thank you, mate, for the super chat. Opal as well in the house. Moving department. Hope to see you back soon. And so Gary, then what's your pre-match assessment on tonight? What can we expect?
Well, I mean, you look at the side. They've made 2 changes, and I think what that proves is the depth of squad that Aston Villa have compared to Newcastle. They can make changes, and the changes they've made doesn't affect the team as much as it does for us. So you're asking exactly the same out of the lads to go out there and put a high performance in, and the lads have been outstanding recently. For me, watching them against Crystal Palace on Wednesday was like a breath of fresh air. Villa, for me, like I say, they've bought in Asensio. We all know what Asensio can do. He's a quality player. They've gone very attack-minded again, very similar setup to the way they played against PSG. Ollie Watkins has come in as well. So, for me, a couple of changes, still a strong squad, and we will need to be at our best to beat these guys. But again, it's all about the hangover. As Win had put on previously, they haven't done so good after any of the Champions League games. So it depends on the mentality, how they've got over that defeat, putting all that effort in, playing really well. And like I say, if it wasn't for some really last-gasp defending and some poor finishing, if you like, they should have won that game against PSG, who have now become favourites to go on and win it. So, like I said, it just proves if the intensity's there from Aston Villa, we will have to be at our best.
Yeah, we have to. And I know I don't like to say the American man was right, but this is what happens when you give proper skilled footballers like Asensio, like Rashford, who everybody counted out. Everybody said Rashford was rubbish. And I said, look, these guys, maybe they just need a change of setting, because just like anything in life, they're human beings. And maybe at the work that they're currently at, the relationships are drained, they don't want to be there. But now look, he's going to a different team with different expectations, similar expectations to ours, and they have performed. In a team that maybe, I don't know the PSL thing or whatever, the salary. Obviously, Man United are paying some of the Rashford salary. But I'm just saying, if you're open-minded, you might be able to get a good signing here and there on loan or whatever. So, look, it's working for Aston Villa so far. So, got to be open-minded. That's all I'm asking for, open-minded. So, anyways.
City have just scored. Last minute.
Typical, isn't it? They never give in.
Well, you can expect that. To be fair, I mean, Everton are all right, but right now that they've got a new manager, but I mean, I always say, man, they just got too much. They just got too much. And I said it yesterday on the Premier League fan zone on Sky. I think they have too much to just not qualify for Champions League. I think they're going to be able to sneak in there when they feel they have to. So I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to make it anyway. But I don't know. Who do you guys think is the teams to battle for us? I think we're going to be in Champions League, but anyway, I mean,
I still haven't written Chelsea off.
I still haven't either. I think we're going to be able to finish them off when we play them.
I think that's the key game for me. I'm not so worried about this one, but the Chelsea home game. Which Chelsea turns up. And
that's why I think we're going to be able to. I think we're going to be in Champions League because we have everything.
The beauty about that game when it comes is that a draw isn't a disaster for us.
Here's the thing, though, Win. We have we depend on us, and not just by saying you got to win every game. Because it could happen. It's difficult. Some of those games are difficult. But we have the capabilities of eliminating other teams that are in the fight. Aston Villa tonight, you can set them away farther. Chelsea we're going to play against. Arsenal we're going to play the following week.
So Arsenal matters if we can do the business before then.
Exactly. As we look at the players walking in the building, ready, Big Dan Byrne, Frankenstein. Thank you, Charles, for the gifted membership. That has gone to, where do you go to? Cadets. So there you go. Welcome, mate, to the NTTV Plus membership club. And thank you, Charles, for that kind donation, mate. Appreciate it. Bruno Guimaraes with the beats in his head. 17. What is number 17? Callum Wilson just going along.
Need your prediction, Trolls, as well, by the way.
Yeah, need predictions. Steve says he's not playing, Chris. Who's not playing? Rashford, or who are we talking about?
I think he's talking about Rashford, isn't he?
Okay, well, you know what? Let's not waste any time then, shall we? Let's talk about this right here, ladies and gents. The lineups for both teams right here. For Aston Villa, Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper that I despise the most out of all in the world. Konza in center back with Mings. On the right, you got Matty Cash, who's been playing for Aston Villa for 1,000 years, and Madsen on the left side. Good player, Madsen. I like him. Were we ever linked with Matty Cash? I think we were, weren't we?
Well,
a while back.
Yeah, there was some talk, but I think that was just speculation. Rather than, yeah. I don't think there was anything actually in it. Like we are linked with how many others, if I'm honest. Yeah. We do seem to get visited to every single club in every single league at the minute, and we link to another player that belongs to them. Some of the players now, even in the back end of Africa, we seem to be linked with these days. So, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm not knocking that because I think there's some really good quality players out there in the African leagues. And I just think you just need to scout them.
Yeah. Thank you to
City now.
Thank you to who was the one that just gifted Helsazar, who's given the membership to George Nada. So welcome, George, and thank you, our friend Sean Huzar.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. And so midfield for Aston Villa, Kamara with Tillsman in the midfield, a little bit ahead. They're very skilled, and I just love those type of players, man. Like Harvey Barnes. Asensio's got more history, obviously. He's got a better career, obviously. But those are my type of players. Asensio right there is a 10. And on the left, McGinn. On the right, Rodgers. And up front, a very good center forward, Ollie Watkins, England international. So Rashford not playing tonight. I wonder why.
I think
we couldn't understand why he was taken
off. Took off. Yeah, I don't know whether he's picked up something. He might. I mean, he really worked hard up front for them. against PSG, and like me and Win spoke, he tore them a new one. To be fair, but like I said, if he'd felt a hamstring or something like that, that was getting a little bit tight. Maybe again, it's about risk and reward.
Right.
How well he's played for Aston Villa. They're still fighting for European competition. They're still in a cup competition. So do we risk him going forward? No, I'll pull him off. I'll rest him, and obviously there is something there because I would have assumed he would have played today.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to anti-organizer Jordy Armad in the building tonight on duty. Welcome back, mate. Appreciate it. Just, let's do this 4-1 tune. Just clarifying his prediction. Let me see, because I saw a gifted membership as well from the one and only Random Access, who always supports the channel. That's going to Abby T. Welcome, Abby, to the membership club, to NTTV Plus memberships. You'll be able to enjoy everything that we put out, including Gary's tactical analysis after this match, as well as the player scores. Yeah, and be part of the giveaways as well. Yesterday, we had somebody become a member, and immediately they won a prize. That never happens, ladies and gents. We actually do a lot we do a lot for our members. If you actually look around, we do a lot for our members. So I appreciate everybody that joins up, and thank you to Random for giving that away. So that is the lineup for Aston Villa. Any concerns with the villains tonight?
Well, like we've already said, they're a very strong side, and you've only got to look at the bench. The bench is as wide as it is long, if you like. Olsen, Desazi, Digne, Garcia, Anana, Barkley. I mean, Ross Barkley. We saw how well he played against us last season. Marlon, again, another player that they've brought in and has scored goals for them since they've brought him in. He was linked to us, but there was something about him that I wasn't really over keen on. He has come in for them, but he seems more of a bench player than a starting 11 player. But we all know what Marcus Rashford could give them. We've seen that against PSG. He is on the bench still, so he obviously only had a little bit of a tightness across that, if it was that. And we also know about Ramsey, another good youngster that they fit. So they've got depth of quality on the bench, so they can change it if they need to. I think, like I say, on paper, they should win. If you was to go, you're at home, you haven't lost in 4 games. You've got your 12th man, you've got a strong squad, you've got a good bench. What's missing? Well, like I say, the only thing that's missing from this team is how they recover from the match against PSG.
That's a good point. I think that you got a point on the bench. I do think that we do have a better midfield, and our striker is better than his. It'll be interesting to see what Asensio and Harvey Barnes do. Similar players. I think they might be key to this game for either other team to make something happen. So I think when they started 11, I think we're pretty level. But Asensio is a dangerous man. How do we guard somebody like that? I mean, Tonali is going to have to do a lot of work there.
I would imagine it'll be man to man, wouldn't it? I mean, you saw, Wynn was questioning my description of him being the clock face. He covers so much grass. He's got a free role within the squad to be the man who, again, using his technical brain. He doesn't get involved in a lot of the play, but he always seems to find himself in the right places at the right time, and his recovery is phenomenal. So he can get left, right side. He plays central, left top corner, right top corner, and he seems to cover whoever he needs to cover. And again, he plays the long ball when we need to play the long ball, when we need to break lines. Now, the one thing I look at tonight is if Aston Villa come at us and they start pushing, Maatsen down the wing, and Kashi likes to get down the wing, are we going to gamble? Are we going to say the same as we did against Crystal Palace, the same as we did against Man United, and say, you know what? I am going to keep my 3 boys high. And I've got players here that will pick these boys off. And I think sometimes, what we fell into a trap with before, and I've said this many a time, is sometimes we can be too respectful of our opposition. I'm not saying you shouldn't respect them, but I often say if you can get the opposite coach to change the system, then you've beaten them. And I think if we drop into this, 5-4-1 or 4-5-1, which seems to happen against decent opposition at too much, and we haven't got the outlet, I think we can be penned in. And I think, like I say, having watched them now for the last 2 weeks, the last 2 games, they've been outstanding. They've gambled. They've kept the lads high on the wings. Obviously, Isak being up top, just literally being on that train track. And if Murphy can produce some of the balls that he produced again over the last 2 games, it's all target areas. And I think, like I say, I think Villa could be in for a bit of a shock tonight.
Yeah. Mighty win, Ollie Watkins, dangerous man. Certainly not the best center forward in the pitch tonight, but he is dangerous. Dan Burn, Fabian Schär might have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, the two that worry me in the Villa side are Tielemans and McGinn, because they can do all sorts of stuff and they can both shoot from outside the box. McGinn is like a little terrier. He's a bit of a Tonali character. Doesn't quite cover the ground as elegantly, but often is quite as effective. So they're the two that I would be keeping my eyes on.
All right. And now let's go.
Actually, if you nullify them two, you more or less nullify Watkins as well.
Okay. Mighty Mag is on a vacation, on a family thing tonight, so we'll let him enjoy that one. All right, so let's go to Newcastle United then. Our lineup to face Aston Villa away: Nick Pope at goal, Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, Trippier on the right, Livramento on the left. In the midfield, Sandro Tonali, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and up front, unchanged, Isak,
and
Murphy,
there was an interesting comment in the
Harvey
forum,
Barnes,
which I've been trying to get to the bottom of, but I'm finding it extremely difficult to.
Shout out to North Shields, Jeff.
Is this a record for the number of consecutive games that we've started with the same 11? And there's no way, I can't find any source without going through literally every match since the Premiership started for to discover that there's no metric anywhere to defend it. But I certainly can't remember 6 on the trot unchanged. I don't know if anybody else can.
It's a difficult one. I don't necessarily expect it to be.
There was a time during the entertainers when it was more or less you knew what the lineup was going to be, but we kept on getting injuries and suspensions then.
I'm going to say,
as you do in any season. So for to be able to do it is in itself a blessing.
Antagonizing Jordan says it is win, apparently. And if it is good, I don't see it as a spectacular stat, but I guess it is what it is.
Well, it is when you're winning every game. Because it shows it's working.
That's true. I mean, if you play great and you just happen not to win, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to make a change either. So I don't know. But I guess it's a stat. So, not to be a downer on your wonderful stat that you came up with, mate. Just...
I didn't come up with it. Someone in the chat came on the forum.
It's interesting.
But it set me digging, and despite my digging, I couldn't come up with a definitive answer.
Sophie says we played most of the season last year with the same team as we couldn't play anyone else. So interesting.
Yeah.
You didn't get far enough even last season. That's when you gave up.
No. But last season, if you remember, we had lots of people out with injury spells.
Yeah.
J7 was out and Barnes was out and lots of suspensions as well.
To be fair, I don't think you can keep up. You can't keep it up if you play in Europe. So,
well, no, you wouldn't be able to do it with 2 games a week.
Yeah.
We've been lucky. We've only had, we've had lots of 7-day
Well,
spells.
and I think the James Bond thing will be actually tested next season to its limit. But you can certainly say that it's been an improvement. But, I mean, I don't know, because you can also say that the season before Champions League we didn't have any injuries like this, or like the one previous season. But we also weren't in Europe, so maybe Europe is the culprit, and we'll see what we do next season.
Exactly.
Rano says, "Win who cares?" Oh man, Rano is, he used to be a happy clapper, vice president, and now he's coming at win. There is a disruption on the happy clapper party. I don't know what's happening there.
What do you say? Who cares? Who cares about what?
About that you're talking about, it's whatever. Trolls, big joke and tackle like there's no tomorrow, and that will help a lot. To be fair.
But he has got freedom now, hasn't he?
Now he's got freedom.
That's what I said. You'll see his natural game come back now.
Exactly. Mark Irwin says, I've never been this calm in years. Just to enjoy a game is unreal. Exactly. That's an understatement, to be fair. It's a great position to be in. That makes you want more and more and more. And to be fair, that's how football works, It's just you win a Carabao Cup, and you feel like you can celebrate the whole year, but you can't really. You got to get going. You got to get to the next. You get the next game,
back
the
on
weekend.
That horse.
You got to get back on that horse and ride it. That's right. So that is the lineup for Newcastle United. I don't think there's any questions. Harvey Barnes back. Gordon should be able to play. So Metindo is just doing his thing. I mean, to be fair though, I don't know. I think Eddie Howe still has a say, by the way, in what's happening. He is the boss at the moment. So if he feels like Barnes shouldn't be starting, he wouldn't start.
Well, I'm glad he's out of hospital now. So I mean, he's on the road to recovery. So he's obviously, there may be more involvement now. He's back home, but it's like I said, for me, whatever Jason has said to the lads, and we saw the difference in the second half against Man U. It was a case of you need to improve in certain areas of the game. Like I said, as daft it looks, if those chances, those half chances, there was 2 half chances. Have beaten Popey, we could have been 3-1 down at half time. It could have been a totally different game. And the second half, we just totally dominated. And that's what I said. That game then rolled into Crystal Palace. That momentum of the second half rolled into Crystal Palace. And I'm hoping that momentum still stays with the boys against Aston Villa, because this is, I'm not saying Crystal Palace wasn't a test, but this is a test tonight. If the lads can go out there and perform nearly as good, to try and say they're going to play as good as they did against Crystal Palace. The way Crystal Palace set up, narrow, they allowed us to get around the sides of them. Aston Villa aren't going to be that easy. That they will have bodies that will support. I mean, for me, it's going to be more of their attack. We've got to narrow down. And like I say, for me, it's about getting the ball out wide, getting it out there quickly as well. Again, not taking too many touches through midfield before we move it to the opposite side of the park. And I think, like I say, the last 2 or 3 games, you've seen us project, to move that ball really quickly, and we've got lots of success from it.
And of course, we're seeing images of the team jumping onto the pitch at the Villa Park. Villa Park, a proper English stadium, tight, small, very close to the pitch, and old ground at Villa Park. How long has it been standing? Forever, probably.
Oh yeah, it's an old ground.
And it begs the question as well. Villa, why don't they have they trying to invest in a bigger new stadium, because they certainly could fill it. I would assume. I mean, I understand that they have a different situation than us, because we are the only club in Newcastle. They actually got Birmingham, etc., who has a big following. However, let's be fair, Villa is probably the club that reigns in the Birmingham area.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of playing at Villa Park when Doug Ellis was in charge. We were in the Prudential Cup final, which we went on to eventually win 2-1. And I must admit, it was like, it was back then it was a hell of a following, if you like. And if you supported anybody else, it was like, especially Birmingham City, you were frowned upon. And a lot of the lads that were in the team that I was playing for at the minute were from Lascelles, which is a small borough inside Birmingham. So it was and Aston Villa. So there was lots of rivalry within the ranks, anyway. So yeah, it was quite a what's the word? A bruising experience. That's what I'm going to say.
Yep. So Villa Park, according to me, capacity 42,000, so much smaller than St James's Park at the current state. So
it used to be one of the biggest in the country.
Yeah, it was.
That's unbelievable because it's a small, tight stadium, a proper English ground. Just But yeah, they could probably try to build a new one. They don't have new ownership though, do they? I think it's just.
Well, relatively new. Been there 4 years or something now.
Yeah. But anyways, so the players coming onto the pitch, of course, Trippier coming in, Isak, Tonali with the orange boots, getting ready for battle at the
white
Villa
and green
Park.
strip tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. I mean, I don't have any issue
I like
with
it. It's
I
all right.
think
It's okay.
I think the shirt looks pretty good, and the design is unbelievable. I got one here. I really like it. Pretty modern, sophisticated style. Ghetto Grill says, as long as the team are positive, we're going to take the 3 points. How are the lads? Craven says, huge 6-pointer for Champions League today. First goal will be key.
Well, it's the first of 3, isn't it? If you look at the teams, that are all fighting for the same 5 spots. This is the first of 3 for me. Tonight, then Chelsea and Arsenal are the next 2. So if we can get anything tonight, and I don't like draws, and we're not a team of draws.
Brentford have beaten Brighton at the Hove. So.
At the Hove, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. There's still a lot of teams that can sneak through that back door if they can continue the run that they're on. So for me, like I say, get anything tonight, point-wise, and I think it's a result. You've got to go for the win, though.
Yeah, of course. Rick Murphy says, I hate Villa after the relegation on the last day of 2009 with Shearer as manager. Howie.
I am expecting that chant to ring around the
ground. I'm going to say, yeah.
You laughed at us when we went down.
And you wanted them to win the Champions League. Shame on you, man. Now, never forget.
I wanted them to win the Champions League. Get an extra Champions League, please.
No. We got to be the first ones to win the Champions League after Liverpool. Us.
Steve made a good point. I didn't realise it.
When we win it, will still be the last English.
Actually, after Chelsea, that's the last English champions. I think right 2021. I think maybe Chelsea did it. So yeah. What do you mean last? Last in what?
Well, when we win it, we'll be the last English team to win it.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So we got to do it.
So it doesn't matter who it was before, whether it's Villa or anybody else.
Okay. Man, this guy doesn't get it.
What does it matter whether it's Villa or Chelsea or Liverpool?
Listen, we have us and Villa, and as I say, Tottenham are on the same boat. Don't you understand that we're on the same boat?
No, I don't.
Who is going to be next? Unfortunately, right now, the Chelsea has created a modern heritage thing, but they have done it. Multiple Champions League, excellent clubs, Premier Leagues all the time in this century. So they are ahead of us. You got to admit that. Arsenal, actually, it's a lot of talk, man, but, they got some FA Cups. They got a lot of FA Cups.
I don't think Chelsea are a bigger club than us.
What do you... Come on. Well, okay, then. So, it's just... We're not talking about the same thing, man. Winning it means if it was won last season, that's part of history. I'm reminding you of that. And Chelsea have won a lot of Champions Leagues and a lot of Premier Leagues. So it's just the way it is, man. Liverpool certainly.
Who was the last team to win a trophy? We were
Newcastle. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. But when you put everything into perspective, as far as history is concerned, all the trophies, Chelsea's got us beat. I mean, what do you want me to say? It is what it is. But Villa, we cannot let them slip away, man. Trust me. We need to shorten that. Anyways, but winning tonight, let's just keep it positive. Winning tonight would put us at 62 points. That is within breathing distance from Arsenal. And boy, oh boy, because they can't. I mean, I don't know. I think for pride, Arsenal can't let that slip away. I think, but regardless, they're going to be in Champions League.
That's where their mind's going to be on. Nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think that we're just gonna roll over them, but
I just don't think they're very good.
I think they got quality players
They have got one or two quality players.
No, not one or two. A lot of them. No, come on, man. Don't.
Well, if you want to do the pick 11, who would get into our team?
I don't know. Actually, in our team in as a whole, I would get a lot of them to be in our team. To play in our starting 11, that could be another conversation.
I'm talking about. Our playing our starting 11. Who gets in?
I had to
maybe Saliba.
Maybe. Well, their center backs get in. The center backs get in.
No,
Saliba
they don't get in.
And Gabriel. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Come on,
Not
man.
for
Gabriel
me,
and Saliba are better than Burn and Shaw. Come on, man.
Anybody better than Burn at the minute, tell you.
Well, there you go. So we can't have a conversation. We can't. We just can't. Gary's laughing, but it's impossible to have a conversation.
I'll give you Saliba, Gabriel, and Raya. Now who's getting in our team?
Well, first of all, you just named 4 players, so that's
I've named 3.
Who'd you say? Gabriel,
Saliba, and Raya.
Raya. Honestly, I would take Partey to our squad. I like Partey.
Never mind the squad in the team.
Well, no, but I actually would have gambled on Mika Marino before he went to Arsenal again. Bring him back, but Bukayo Saka gets on.
Play where?
Bukayo Saka plays against Murphy over Murphy. Don't.
Okay, I'll give you.
That's another one. I would take Gabriel Jesus as a backup striker.
I'm not talking about backups.
But I am though. And so right there you already got 4 or 5. Declan Rice can play in our team in the midfield.
Who for?
Bruno or Joe Linton. When it comes to quality,
I disagree.
Okay then. Well, I mean, but Gabriel Martinelli, I put him on the right. So
Martinelli in front of Murphy, the way Murphy's playing. Right?
Yes, in front of Murphy.
Shut up.
Okay, listen. Okay, see, but that's the thing.
I'll give you a Saka.
We're not talking about the same thing they win. You're talking romanticism, and I'm talking about football, man. You can't. If you go pick Burn over Cannavaro. I don't know if you know who that is, but
Burn the form he's been in this season's playing.
That's fine.
As any centre back around.
Burn is what? What'd you say?
Burn, the form he's been in this season is playing as well as any centre half anywhere.
And I'm not going to dispute that.
Right,
but I'm talking about for the future.
What are you arguing about then?
I'm talking about how to make if I would rely on Saliba and Gabriel if I want a good defensive line for the next 5 years.
I've given you them too.
Okay then. So what are you talking about? I think first of all, I think it's unfair.
Players and
I think it's unfair for you to say that they are a rubbish team when they're not, because they've been second they've been second for the most part of the season while we struggled in the beginning of the season, and now we're in form. So it's kind of, I understand the banter, and I understand people want to just hate Arsenal fans. They are the most unsufferable fans among Man United fans. But then we're not talking about fans. We're talking about the team. I think they got good players, and you just got good players, man. That's all. Just being objective. That's it. What led us to this conversation anyway? Because you think that they're not good, so they're going to fall off. You said they were going to be 8th. So are they going to be 8th now? Are they going to be 8th now?
Maybe 6th.
No, exactly. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Where did I say we were going to be? Before a ball was kicked. 2nd.
Yeah, but you got other
They laughed at me when I said that. He's not laughing now, the Yankee twat.
No, first of all, I jump on the bandwagon now because now I can see the possibility.
Now you're on the bandwagon.
Because you can see the possibility. It's all fun and games saying before the season, I can say whatever. I'll say, we win the Champions League if we make it to Champions League. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. You got to see the progress and then determine whether it can happen or not.
I looked at our squad and said there's no reason why they couldn't finish 2nd.
Okay, well, listen, that's fine.
given freedom from injuries, which of course you never.
Thank you,
could have
Mackenzie
in any
family.
other way.
Thank you, Mackenzie family, saying I was all right on the fan zone.
He was all right on the fan zone, Mackenzie family, because he took all my lanes. Yeah, we're going to
No, I
finish
didn't.
second.
No, I didn't. I jump on the bandwagon that we can
Argues
finish.
the toss with me on this channel about we're finishing second, and then goes on.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't.
Premier League.
If you actually go back,
we're
I
gonna
have not.
finish second.
If you go back, I have not argued with you over finishing second. I argue with you when you go above that and say Byrne is the best center back in the world, or whatever other crazy prediction that you make. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna go at you because you don't have to do all that, man. You can say we are one of the best teams. Now we are proving that we are one of the best teams in the Premier League.
You're saying that now. I was saying it.
Of course, I would say that now. But winning a trophy
2020
right now being third, winning a trophy right now being third. Of course, you have to accomplish things, man. That's how it works. You don't just get to say it at the third week after we're barely beating Southampton, Bournemouth, or tying against this team and that. You can't say it. You have no basis on saying that at the time. Now you have.
I've got years in knowledge.
Okay. Yeah. Well, your knowledge has been losing every season until the takeover. So how about that? Come on, man. Anyways, I bet you missed one of these one-on-one debates as Gary laughs on the sidelines. So, yeah, Brent, I agree. Win argues in circles. Exactly, man.
There's your underling.
Yeah, there you go. Well, not only that, David Veach wins a right wind-up merchant. Exactly. Because he's the one that complains about arguing, but he wants to argue all the time. I didn't say anything. Actually, if that's the way you think, say you're right? You're right. That I need to be a happy clapper, that I need to say that we're going to win the Champions League next season, all of that. Well, I did that on the fan zone, and you still find a way to argue with me. What are you talking about, man? There you go. Stephen Harker isn't drinking apple juice, by the way. It's Red Bull and a triple vodka. He's off. Exactly. So how about who's right now, old man?
Right now, I'm on the monster.
Victor wants to say, can I just say, Gaz has done a great job with the last commentary. There you go. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. Hit the like button, folks. Help us out. Hit the like button. We got a big match coming up against Aston Villa at the Villa Park. So the teams we have mentioned already, we can give a quick roundup on what is going to be. And for Aston Villa, we got Martinez, Mings, Konza, Matson on the left, Cash on the right, Kamara, Tillsman in the midfield. A little bit ahead up front, Asensio is sort of a 10. McGinn on the left, Rodgers on the right, and Ollie Watkins up front for Newcastle United, unchanged. Pope, Byrne, Schär, Livramento, Trippier, Guimaraes, Tonali, Joe Linton, Isak, Murphy, and Barnes. Another thing, why don't you admit when I'm right? I've been saying Barnes has been amazing, and he has got all the quality in the world, and now you want to jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, exactly.
No,
so come on now. I said the same thing about Tonali.
Excellent.
Yeah, whatever, man. You were saying that he's a 4-minute player, that he's a sub, and all of that. Get out of here.
That's what he was.
No, he wasn't. You just got to give him time. And by the way, Kieran Trippier, underrated, man, this season. Not a lot of people talking about Trippier. He's a proper leader.
Trippier, fantastic form.
Amazing leader, Trippier.
All experience.
Yeah.
And a fantastic leader, as you've just said.
Exactly.
Yeah, he is.
I think a lot of the problem with Trippier, it was all mental problems.
Yeah,
it was just trying to get over it, what happened. And obviously, players do listen to media talk. And sometimes they may pick up vibes that the club want to get rid of you. With the amount of times he's been linked away to Saudi or, Spain again or wherever he wants to be. And I think sometimes it can be a negative effect. Obviously, we had that situ with him not really playing much in international games and being dropped from that. And again, since he's come back this season, he hasn't seemed to be the same player, from his international days once he's lost his caps. And then all of a sudden, it's like I say, when you get linked Same as Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon lost his international place, and then he's been problemed, and he was linked away. And I don't think he's had a great season this season, even though he's up there on the goals and assists. Harvey Barnes has surpassed him. And I think that's the difference now. Sometimes you can work on your mindset that you're just not wanted, and you have to feel wanted again before these performances just start to level up. But like I said, for me, Trippier has been absolutely outstanding for a lad of his age to still get him up and down the park. And there has been a couple of times where you've seen him having to rub a little bit of deep heat on the back of his hamstrings because he's tightening up a little bit. You're going to, when you're covering the amount of ground that he's covering. I mean, he's taking the set pieces on the left-hand side as well. But, long may it continue for me. And if he does get another season extension with us, then I think he's deserved it.
Absolutely. Just had a call from the wardrobe department telling me to get in sync with you lads.
Hey!
We've all got my brown-nail granddad tufts on now.
Yeah. Which I want the other
mate,
one too, man.
This is my lucky top. Since
this is my match day top.
It's crazy, mate. This is. I've been on such a good run since I've worn this.
This is my match day top. Nothing can top this one. I'm still not changing my mind. I still like the shield, which I haven't gotten yet. I'm kind of waiting on the club to make a new one, so I have a new one for years to come. Because that's my favorite. The Tino Esprilla, the Nobi Solano long sleeve, all blacked out with the color. I love that one. Although this was pretty good as well. So, but anyways, hopefully maybe the club are in reminiscence type mood as of late. So maybe they will bring back one of those shirts. And
there's a lot of stories about the new shirt for next season that people aren't liking.
People are not too happy. I'm not gonna lie. If that's the home shirt, I'm not sure, man. I'm not too sure. I've made myself a pledge that I will buy every home shirt for the rest of my life every year, and I would just have to do it just so my grandkids can have it. But man, I don't know. I'm not so much of a fan of it. Gavin Fuller says, "What about Botman?" And we were discussing the defenders, or the Arsenal player situation. Listen, I think Botman is got quality, but I just don't know. He needs to stay fit.
Well,
he needs
Tyndall
to stay fit.
said at the presser that he won't make this match squad, but he's on turf now training with the boys, so he could be there for next week.
But as far as his what he can be, I mean, he has the talent. I think though Saliba and Gabriel have probably done more in the league than he has. So I think he could have the talent to do it, but he hasn't yet. So anyways, the Aston Villa prediction, according to the people of the democracy of NTTV and NUFC Talk TV, have voted a 2-1 win, 69%, 754 points 754 votes. 754 votes, 754 people win. Can you believe that many people interact with us on just a single poll? Tune win 69%, Villa win 6%, and a draw 25%. So what are those numbers?
Comments there with scores in? Who we should know about?
Well, that not so much. Super Samps has got to worry about tomorrow first, which that was when we played Palace. 5-2 to the tune. Mark my words, says Highway the lads. And Deal 2020 says they just given everything against PSG and wasn't enough. They've got Newcastle, City, then the FA Cup semi-final. They won't be looking forward to a Saturday at all. The only thing they have in their favor is the fact they're home, and I see it being a 1 or 2-0 win. So now we're going to get...
Nothing from RJ Fox, Niall Powell, or...
Hold on, man. Relax. Right here is what you look at for members only post. And Niall Powell says 1-2 Newcastle. So right. AG says 4-1 to the tune. And Brian Quinn 2-2. So there you go. Now, just a reminder that the man of the match poll of the Crystal Palace match, 1,000 people voted. And they have determined that Sandro Tonali, Pipiri Papiri Tonali, has gotten the man of the match, 62%. And he's probably going to be on every poll for the next 3
Yeah.
years. However long he stays on the team. So he's been. But Jacob Murphy. So we know that Tonali is going to win every time for the most part. But second place, Jacob Murphy. That's also a winner in my opinion, because we know Tonali is going to get it. But 27% went to Jacob Murphy. 10% to Harvey Barnes needs to be questioned. By the way, Harvey Barnes has been lighting it up. 1% to Fabian Schär. 1%. I knew that wasn't a good choice, man. I listened to you guys. Come on, man. So we're gonna have for the instant match reaction tonight. After tonight's match, we will have put up the poll as well. So join us in the chat.
Can you think of any other player there that would have got more than 1%? Because the top three are going to take all the votes regardless, aren't they?
Yeah,
I mean, 1%. I mean,
it was one of them games, though. To be fair, I thought Fabian Schär had an excellent game. I thought he did.
He did.
I mean, well, I said Trips myself, but
Yeah.
I don't think Trips would have got any more.
No, I mean, for me, Crystal Palace earmarked our left side, our right back side, to try and push players on, and that's where Mark Gay stepped in. And he dominated. I mean, they knew they weren't from Henderson. They're not going to get anything aerially from Harvey Barnes. But I thought Fabian Schär had a cracking game, especially some of his passing as well. I thought he was really on top of it. But for me, the lad who shone, and even when you looked at all of the stats, the lad who shone was Murphy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I see on the coverage here, let me see.
Teams are in the tunnel.
Teams are in the tunnel, but not.
Team are in the advert.
Teams are in the advert. Exactly.
Yeah, don't forget, people in the chat, try and keep it nice and quiet. Don't celebrate before we do. It just spoils it for everybody else.
We will put the clock so you can sync with us, and be on the same page. As I'm trying to look this up. And we're getting a song, Extraordinary is even
You've got
more.
somebody in the main scene there, Chris.
Who?
Yeah. What are you on about?
I don't know.
What are you on about, man?
Well,
Are you seeing things?
I'm seeing another screen under your screen.
Another screen? Under your screen?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened.
With a Newcastle strip walking out.
Walking out?
I haven't got anything on. There's nothing on.
I think my screen has just frozen and split up, so I gotta.
I'm watching live on YouTube and it's there. Just in case it happened to be, you know what?
What, man? I have no.
You know what?
Oh no! Hang on, it's got your mic in the top left hand, so it's just
no. I got I don't know why the things are not working here. I'm a little split up my camera, so I'm frozen. So, but that's fine because I'm trying to put the match on. So keep it going for a second.
So we've got Martinelli, Martinez, Cash, Konza, Mings, Matson, Kamara, Tielemans in defensive midfield. And then going up further forward into the attacking zones with Rodgers, Asensio and McGinn. And then obviously you have Ollie Watkins, who's been out of form a little bit recently. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays, playing this 4-2-3-1 system. McGinn, not known to be going out wide, so I think he is probably going to be playing a little bit narrow.
More of an inside right.
Inside right, inside left.
A number 8, as they call it now.
Well, I know, not the olden days like me and D, mate.
Number 10, wouldn't it?
It depends on where he plays, because I would have thought Asensio would have been the main model to be in that 10 zone. And I would have thought McGinn would have probably been, it'd probably be more like a 4-4-1-1. That's how I believe this will set up. And it'll be more advanced for the likes of Rodgers. So it'll be offset 4-4-1-1. But it's going to be an interesting one.
Yep.
Just waiting for Chris to obviously sort this out. I don't know whether Chris wants me to do the commentary or whether he's doing it.
Oh, there we go. We're on the pitch.
We're in the huddle. Like I say, we're not going to be looking too much at the chat now. So, he's back. Are you doing the commentary, Chris? Okay, so it's Newcastle in their chain strip, the white shirts and green shorts and white socks, kicking right to left as we look at the screen. I think that's towards the Holt end. I'm not sure. And like I say, it looks, well, we've lost it.
Well,
we've lost it.
What's going on here?
Chris is having technical problems. So I am literally looking at mine, but like I say, my feed's around about 30 seconds. Here we go. So Tonali just in that defensive role again, just seeing off Ollie Watkins, and he kicks it long down the right-hand side, and that's fell pretty kindly for Aston Villa, who first get the shot off, and it's a goal.
Oh, fuck me.
A deflection from Ollie Watkins.
Son of a
it's
bitch,
gone
man.
straight again. Very similar to Harvey Barnes' goal against Crystal Palace.
Son of a bitch.
Totally wrong foot. And I said it was a poor clearance from Tonali, to be fair. He plays it directly out.
Score win.
Yeah, score win.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah,
that was too. Well, see, Tommy Sher is cursing himself out.
Yeah, it's played down the wing. Ollie Watkins plays it to McGinn, who just pumps the ball into the left wing channel. Tonali gets there before Watkins, but instead of just clearing it, he tries to get it back down the line, and it falls quite nicely into Ollie Watkins' feet from a pass. I don't know who passed him the ball. Was that Tielemans? It was Tielemans. Tielemans passes him the ball, then it's a massive deflection of Fabian Schär by the looks of it. And it goes deflected past Popey, who's totally wrong-footed. And that isn't what we expected. But let's see how we get on now.
Well, I mean, it's just... trust me, this is what they need. So,
yeah.
They needed to start like this because they know it's going to be tougher, but...
Again, the one thing that annoys me with J7 sometimes, he's such a big player. He just doesn't ever want to jump. He doesn't ever want to compete himself there. Aston Villa now have just moved up to the same points as we have. But they've played one game more. Anyway. Harvey Barnes now on this left-hand side to Tino. Tino drills it in low, and it's blocked and deflected there from Konza. Cash now turns back towards Konza, who's just looking for an outlet. Cash now has a bit of a turn of a shoulder, plays it down the wing, but that's easy for Byrne to pick up. Tino into Bruno now. Bruno passes it out to Trippier, who's got a bit of space now just to have a look. Plays it out to Murphy, who's on that right-hand touch line. Murphy's looking to go down the line. Madsen gets a block on that, and it's out for a Newcastle corner. Yeah, good.
Murphy again.
Good response. Yeah. Probably, I mean, like I say, when it's deflected, there ain't a lot the keeper can do on those things. It is what it is. But it's going to be a battle in that midfield. Like I say, it looks very much like they're playing this like a 4-4-1-1 system, trying to shoo out our three in the midfield. So they're going to have to work the ball really quickly. Big lad towers above Tielemans there, Dan Byrne. Well, he towers above everybody. Short to Tino. Tino plays it all the way to Trips now. Ball into the box from Murphy's. Chance there. Harvey Barnes with a shot. Deflected. It's deflected up towards Shaw. It is just bouncing around the box. Back out to Isak. Isak tries to shape it to the far corner. Yet again, it's blocked. And it's another corner to Newcastle on the opposite side.
Not a good start.
Well, it is interesting. What's your guys' thoughts on this blacked out emblem on the white shirts? A lot of people not liking it.
No.
Well, it looks weird. You got to look up. You got to look really. That one would have. I mean, you just got to look into it
to see the emblem.
So
it's like just a silhouette, isn't it? It's
yeah.
And some of them have actually got that in weight.
Yeah, they have, yeah. Graham Jones there, just having a quick analysis of what went wrong. There was a Free kick. Oh, I didn't see that one. Martinez goes long. Flick on. Ollie Watkins picks the ball up. And we're all running away from him at the minute. He's gone into the box. Ollie Watkins. It's off the bar. Why are we backing off? Jesus Christ. We need to get closer, for fuck's sake.
Well, the way look at Trippier though, the way Trippier tries to get at him, but the way he's guarding him, it's just impossible. And I mean, Fabian Schär right there as well. It's just
you can't allow him get that close to goal and get a shot off without getting a challenge.
Okay. And
not if you're standing in front of him.
For some reason, I knew I was going to hit off. I knew it was going to be dangerous. We need to settle down, man.
Absolutely. Get a foot of the ball and just get a hold of it for 5 minutes or so. Trippier now plays the ball up to Bruno, gives it him back. Trippier just plays it square. Same again to Burn. Dan Burn just looking for some movement in front of him. Tina keeps the ball well. Harvey Barnes has just dropped a little deeper just to keep the ball. And again, no press now from Aston Villa. It is literally just backing off until they get to the halfway line. Shaw, Burn. Just, again, Villa just backing off. Burn drives it low to Isak. Gets a little bit of a challenge from Mings there. And again, it's kicked long. It's back to the feet of Dan Burn. But now press on the ball. It's a half press now from Asensio. But like I say, just easily... I mean, like I said, there's so much space for the back four to play. I mean, not going forward, and we need to get forward. Harvey Barnes now. Again, getting jockeyed all the way. Tonali now, just having a touch on the ball. Dan Burn got a bit of grass to run into. Everybody's just backing off him. Harvey Barnes into Tonali. Tonali looks square again. It's just a little bit easy for Newcastle at the minute because, again, there's half press, but nothing major. Tonali. Trippier just tries to float one over to Murphy to run onto, but that's cleared by Mings. Goes down the line again, but not far.
Well done.
Trippier to Dan Burn. Everybody's packed into this 36-yard mark now. Ball into the box.
That had gone to the wing then.
By the way, people, you can sync with us. The clock right there is exactly what we're watching. So you can sync with us if you can. Come on, man. Here we go.
Asensio just steps over. Some movement from the lads now. Matson now on that left-hand side.
Go. Well done.
Murphy and Tonali just...
There we go. Yeah, that's a foul.
J7 just on the turn. Gets a little bit of a tug. And the Australian gives us a foul on the centre circle. Just inside the Newcastle half. Newcastle look a little bit shell-shocked at the minute, the way they were playing. Like I say, and Villa have just gone very defensive and looking to break every time we get into that forward roll. Trippier goes, floats a ball in towards the edge of the box. There was a bit of a over the top from Mings on Dan Burn there. It's referee lets play on. Trippier again goes long, looking for Dan Burn. Tielemans just nudges him off the ball, but Aston Villa now coming down that left-hand side. McGinn just held up by Murphy. Matson, Tielemans, just on the halfway line, Aston Villa. All the white shirts have got back into place. Again, just trying to play to feet. There's a chance now if he can go forward quickly. Out to Murphy. Isak's gone on the right-hand side. He's got something to pass on. He dances inside. He's passed it back into Bruno. Bruno looks up, tries to play a channel ball. Too heavy for Isak to run in behind there. There was an opportunity, a slight opportunity there, but Bruno's pass, just a little bit too strong.
Win is shocked, man. He's not saying nothing.
Yeah, you could say that. But having said that, we're actually controlling the game, believe it or not.
Well, again, it's
You know,
it's up
well-
to us to go and get a goal, isn't it? Now
74% possession. And
that's
they're a
just
goal
stood
up.
lucky. When they took that shot off, it's off his inside
Yeah,
on the
it was
inside of his
it
knee.
was lucky, you know.
Yeah.
It just
Always are coming together. It just fell to Asensio. The referee's played the advantage there. But Ollie Watkins out to McGinn. McGinn tries to float it towards.
that's a
Oh,
foul, Howe.
there's got to be a foul there. Asensio on Popey. A give and go, but Asensio stayed down a little bit. Oh, it's not. Is it Watkins? I thought it was Asensio. It's Ollie Watkins that's got one on the, looks like the top of his nose somewhere. Oh, it was a bit of a flailing foot from Trippier by the looks of it that catches Ollie Watkinson's face. McGinn just floats the ball in towards Asensio, and it was a coming together between Asensio and.
I don't think there was any foot involved.
You watch, just here, just glances the bridge of his nose there. Look, I mean, it's nothing. It's not. I mean, it's nothing. It's not something that you would say there was. I mean, you could see there was. He wasn't looking at the player underneath him at all. I mean, I don't know whether.
Interesting that Tenali was on the line there to clear, if. How did he end up there?
Popey now with a free kick to Newcastle. Again, taking no. It's funny how we've changed now from playing it short, haven't we? Going long now all of a sudden. Ball went straight to Tielemans, that. Then McGinn, like I say, McGinn and just drops back into the fort when they on the defensive. Try and keep it nice and tight for Aston Villa. We've gone long again, and come on, lads, we flat-footed a little bit there.
Yeah, a couple of second balls there just lately.
Yeah.
The
Ball's dropped. Yeah, they've dropped, and we're miles away from it. Oh, J7.
Son.
Yeah, J7 gets a whack on Kamara, and he's asking the referee, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? What was wrong with that?
He definitely belongs in the 70s, doesn't he, J7? Kamara now with a free kick to Aston Villa on the halfway line.
I'm very happy having him in the 2020s.
Yeah, exactly. Aston Villa 1 and Newcastle 0 on the 13th minute. Mings now plays it up to McGinn. McGinn on the turn. Matson into Tielemans. Got lots of space, Tielemans, all of a sudden, as we back off into our usual 4-5-1. Harvey Barnes looks to go on, but Watkins is looking to turn the shoulder of Fabian Schär, and it's going to be a yellow card because he was tugging on the on the shoulder, mate. So, like I said, that's the one thing that you've got to be careful of, Ollie Watkins. I mean, Bruno's. If you have a look here, Schär's the deepest one. He hasn't stepped up, and it's a foot race then between Ollie Watkins and Fabian Schär, and just there tugs on his arm. And Ollie Watkins is going to do that all day, every day. So we've got to be careful now. He's either got to run, he's either got to step up with the rest of the players and play the offside, or he's got to be a little bit more sensible. He's got to drop off. He can't go touch tight in that situation unless there's a guarantee of winning the ball. A lot of time now to go for him to be on a yellow card. So
yeah.
Maybe he's having a chat there with Byrne and saying, if you keep going that far forward, I'm 1-on-1. Maybe there's a little bit of discussion needed there. Free kick, around about 33 yards out, right of centre. So, going to be an interesting idea to what's there. McGinn's literally on the goal line alongside Popey. He's obviously good, disillusioned. Really interesting the way they stand in the offside position and then not get involved in any of the game. The ball gets floated towards Cash, plays it back, and it's hit Pope for
was it already out though?
No, it wasn't. It literally is. Cash runs in from deep. It's floated over the top. Cash gets literally a shot at goal, and it comes off Pope's bicep of everything, and goes out for a corner to Aston Villa. And that's one from the training ground. McGinn now with his in-swing up.
The lady linesman
plays it short. Tielemans back to McGinn, who again just keeping it on the floor. Asensio now. Asensio goes square to Kamara. Kamara now the shot at goal, deflected again. I thought that was going to find the blooming bin again in the corner, but this time, luckily for us, it goes over. Popey totally wrong-footed again.
Oof.
Another shot from around about the 22-yard mark. Like I say, we do seem very flat-footed at the minute when it comes to those second balls. It's certainly something we need to do.
I see we haven't scored yet.
No, not yet. Another short corner for Villa. Villa play again. It's just deflected to Harvey Barnes. Weak header, and it's then a weaker shot for over the top from Maatsen.
A very ambitious shot by Maatsen.
Yeah, it was very ambitious.
Well, I think it may be time for the rescue dog.
Do you think? Certainly, Rodgers has not been involved in anything yet. Doesn't mean that he's not contributing to the game, but he's certainly not really involved in anything. Popey goes long again, looking for J7. Kamara gets his head to it though. And there's a battle with Tino, and this is where Tino was pretty lucky there. I didn't think there was a lot wrong with that, to be fair. Foul on Tino. I suppose he does come inside him a little bit. But he certainly gets the ball. You can't touch a player these days without being...
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, indeed. Free kick now to Trippier. On this left-hand side, floats it in towards the penalty spot. It's headed clear from Aston Villa, but it's picked up from Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes comes out to this left-hand side, drags it back and drops his shoulder on Kamara. Plays it. A lovely ball to the back stick. Get in! Fabian Shaw! Yes! Get in! What a great ball that is to the back stick.
Well done.
Whoopee!
Come on!
The rescue dog does the trick yet again.
Trippier.
Get in. What a ball. Fantastic ball. Fabian Shaw just coming round the back. Lovely floated ball into that back stick. Again, it's about getting bodies into the right areas.
Score
ball
win.
Floated in.
Yeah.
It's headed clear. And then all of a sudden it comes out to Harvey Barnes, who keeps hold of the ball. He's faced up with Kamara. Kamara just stands him up and he plays
what a nice cross.
Delicate ball that is to that back stick. And it's not floated, but it's enough away from Martinez in goal.
And I told you, man, it was going to be mano a mano this match. Who is big enough?
It's like those two heavyweights, isn't it, in the ring? They're both just punching at each other, man.
And Wynn wants to put the Mackhams in this conversation. Go on, man. The Premier League we go. Well done, Fabian Shaw, though. Really controlled header down. And there you go. Unai Emery just telling to the lads, come on, keep it up. Right now, 1-1 now. Oh, there's a little chance here. Maatsen gets round the corner. Flicks the ball into the box. Oh, he's missed that. Asensio's missed that from
goal kick.
5 yards out. Right central of goal as well. Jesus. That is shocking. Maatsen was free down that left-hand side. Ball comes into him. He plays a little delicate ball up to McGinn. He carries on his run. Then he just squares the ball and literally on the 6-yard line. Central of goal, and he miskicks it. Air shot. That's a lucky one for us, that is, because I thought a quality, player of Asensio's ability, that's a missed opportunity. And like I say, Rodgers was right behind him. And if he'd have missed that altogether, then Rodgers would have had a shot. But the little touch from Asensio takes it away from Rodgers as well. Long ball into J7 there, who gets his head onto it. The ball's cleared, and Batty Cash makes a bit of a hash of that, and the ball goes out for a throw into Newcastle. Halfway in the Aston Villa half, and J7 just drops the ball and just allows Tino just to pick it up. Unai Emery's not very happy now. J7 now, all the way back to Dan Burn, who again, when Tino goes forward, just drops across to this left-hand side. J7 now. Tonali, Burn, out on the edge of the box now with Fabian Shaw. Back to Burn. Oh, first touch was a little bit heavy. Luckily, there was no heavy press on him. Tonali just gets it clear. And that's easily picked up from Konza.
That's the pressure's on now.
Yeah, Matson all the way back to Martinez. Martinez out to Mings. And the press is definitely there from Newcastle. They got an opportunity to get it out straight away. There's a little bit of a challenge in the back from Dan Burn, and they get on with it really quick. So straight away, there's a run from Tielemans down this left-hand side. He looks up. So it's Asensio, sorry.
Oh, that's a poor clearance.
Yeah, really poor clearance again from Newcastle. McGinn now on this left-hand side, but that's in the hands of
Nicky Pope in the middle of our goal.
Yeah. Great throw out again to Tino on this left-hand side. Just waiting for the lads to catch him up. Just slows everything down, and he goes backwards. Wasn't many players in front of him, to be fair. And now we've got Bruno just playing in that 6, allowing Tonali just to go on that right-hand side. Tino. Oh, the challenge on Harvey Barnes there from Matty Cash. Hopefully the referee gets a call. I mean, it does make me laugh, the amount of times that they've gone through the side or the back of us, and there's been no talk to the player about, one more, and that is it. Ball out to that Murphy on the right-hand side. Great ball. Not a great first touch from Murphy, to be fair, but it fell kindly to Tonali, who gently heads the ball out to Murphy. Murphy looks to play the ball again into that channel, but again we're just a little bit sluggish, and it's because
twice it's been Bruno that just hasn't read it.
Well, if you look at the ball that was played, Bruno didn't want to go into the offside, so his first run he checks, and then he steps back, and then obviously when the ball's played, he's already on his heels. But again, it's just. A ball's just not playing into the right position.
Martinez made a proper rick for that header.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was Martinez. I think that was a quality header from Fabian Shaw. You play it right and you play it down. Keepers stand wide, and you've always got an opportunity. The hardest place to save is between your legs, if I'm honest with you. Mings now picks the ball up again with does a little dummy there and passes Isak and Harvey Barnes. Konza all the way back to Martinez now, and straight away there's not giving Martinez much time on that ball.
The pressure's on again.
Madsen just flicks it down the road to McGinn, who's on that left-hand touchline. He does well there, McGinn, to play the ball to Tielemans.
Oh,
and that's going to be a foul from Bruno. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you're calling for it from there, and we're not going to get away with it. So go on then, Win. What's your thoughts on this 24th minute?
Well, from being, we went a goal down straight away, so your kind of backs against the wall. But we didn't. We kept playing, and at one stage we went to 74% possession. That's now evened up completely, by the way. It's now just about 50-50, 47-53. But we were playing well enough. A couple of times Bruno's missed the run. Once Isak missed a run when the ball was played into that deep area on the left-hand side of their 18-yard box. But the thing is, we've got the equaliser now. You can see the press starting again. which is what in my opinion, what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
I think
Little nice. Go on, Chris.
we were unfortunate to go down as well. I mean, it's too early.
Yeah, it was
It just happened.
it was an unfortunate ricochet off
But I think it speaks.
the back of Shear's heel. But he's made up for that at the other end.
He has,
it was-
absolutely.
It's showing personality, though. The team, their personality, they're not.
Yeah, but I do
letting
think
it-
it's poor from Villa because they've allowed us to play in front of them, haven't they? You know, they've committed the sin, if you like, giving fouls away in dangerous areas. And you know what I like about that just is the fact that Harvey Barnes sees the opportunity to pick the ball up centrally and runs wide to try and draw players with him. They don't really follow him with any pace, and you know he's allowed then to put it onto his good foot, get a cracking cross into for somebody to attack. And you know, again, you know, we all know Fabian Schär's one for staying forward, and he loves attacking those balls. And to me, it was the perfect header down and at the goalkeeper's feet.
We got lucky as well because they could have scored again, though.
Well,
So,
they should have scored, absolutely, with Asensio in front of goal. That miskicked it. Asensio now to Tielemans, Kamara, Asensio.
Good football.
Out to Maatsen, yeah. Getting down that left-hand side. Back heel
Back
to
heel.
Asensio, who, referee, have been fooled there from Bruno. Yeah, he's... Bruno didn't take the ball, to be fair, but I don't also think he touches Aston Villa, Asensio. Well, it's like I said. I mean, maybe there was something, but Asensio certainly made a meal of it. Let's just have a quick look at the replay. Maatsen plays the ball back. I think he trips over his own leg, if I'm honest with you. There's slight contact, but nothing major. I mean, what's he making of that?
His ground.
Yeah. Well, I say, what's he making of that,
I don't know,
Asensio?
he's holding his knockers.
Maybe it's coming together of his legs. Maybe he's got some quite big kahunas. Should bust a gonad?
Good old Viz.
Absolutely. Free kick now, left hand side, floated into the box. It's a
Oh,
header off the
good
post,
save. Oh,
and
the
it's
post.
blocked this time from. I think that was from Bruno. Really lucky again from Newcastle. They've hit the woodwork twice now. Villa out to McGinn now on this right hand side. Cash. And
I think that might have been a save.
I thought it was a save.
Was it? I thought it happened that quick. It may have done. It was more like a reaction thing. Ball floated into the back stick again. Headed clear by. It's falling to Villa on this second ball. Watson now on the edge of the box.
We need to stop letting them get too close like that, man.
Yeah, we're very static at the minute. Isaac now on a chance with
Lucky
Kamara.
twice.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to see this one again now to see if it was ball comes in. Yeah, it was the post.
Oh,
he didn't get anywhere near it, man.
no. Okay, well, I don't know.
I didn't think he did. I'm going to say he's got go gadget arms there. I'll tell you if he'd have got anywhere near that. Bruno now picks the ball up, plays it out to Trippier, halfway line with Murphy. Not having a great game at the minute, Murphy. Back to Trippier. And again, no press from Aston Villa, allowing us to play an hour off. But they certainly look dangerous when it comes to the final third. They're playing some nice football in and around the box, to be fair. Nice little ball from Trippier up to Tonali. Not a great ball from Tonali for Murphy, but he does get it back off the deflection. And there's a bit of a tussle with McGinn, and it goes out for a throw into Newcastle. Bruno now plays the ball square to J7. J7 miscontrols it, but it does come through to Barnes. Barnes gives it back to J7 to Tino. Tino
Gets a corner.
again
Well
gets the
done.
corner off Matty Cash.
He knew he couldn't cross with his left.
No, well, it was a bit close. I mean, he did go. He looked like he was going to swing for it, but then he just thought, you know what? I'll take the corner. Matty Cash does good bearing down on him. Corner on this left-hand side as we kick right to left. So we're going to go in swinger again. Trippier comes across. Places the ball. Are we going to go short or are we going to go long?
Oh, we're getting someone
Okay,
off the training
looks-
ground.
Yeah, very short again to Tonali on the edge of the box. He plays it back to Trippier. Trippier
Oh,
floats it to the back
come
stick.
on.
and it's flicked off the head of Bruno, and then it's a lucky deflection
off.
from Madsen, I think.
Yeah.
Comes off Bruno again, out for a goal kick for Aston Villa. Villa now with Mings, nice and short. Back to Martinez, who goes along the ground centrally. Up top to Rogers, who's, again, not having a great game. Rogers up there. Tino brings it forward.
Nice.
Barnes out to J7. J7 now looks up, just looking for some movement. Not a lot going on. It's all a bit flat-footed at the minute, Newcastle. Again, Tino into the inside left position to Barnes. Tonali. Tonali now in the centre circle. Just gone backwards a little bit out to Fabian Schär. Tonali just drawing the ball back and allowing Aston Villa just to come onto him a little bit. Newcastle just retained possession. Bruno now.
Back.
Aston Villa is pushing now on the half. It's only a half press though. And it's allowing Newcastle to pass round them. And it's good because it allows space in the middle of the park. Nice little give and go between Tino and Harvey Barnes. Tino's got a lot of grass to cover. He tries to get a cross in, and it's...
Another corner.
It is blocked by Kamara. Again, a lovely play. You know, it's about keeping the possession, play the way you're facing, you draw Villa out. They ain't on the press. It's a half press, so it allows Newcastle to play some nice football around them, keep possession, and then we go on that give and go down the line. And like I say, we get another attacking motion now because the corner. So let's see if we can make something of it. Trippier again on this left-hand side with another in-swinger. I would imagine this time it's going to be flouted. It is driven into the box, and that's Martinez straight down his throat. Yeah. It was as if it was aiming for him. He goes long this time, looking for the legs of Ollie Watkins to get hold of. He does get hold of this. Great ball from them. Fabian Schär, don't look around you, sunshine. You've got to follow him. Tonali now. That's a bad challenge on Tonali off McGinn, the dirty little monkey. McGinn trying to drag him to his feet. And, very clever from McGinn, that. He's come straight through the back of Tonali there. And it's just literally the way Tonali's fallen. I mean, it wasn't nothing that McGinn did nasty, to be fair. But he was clever enough to drag him to his feet. Tielemans now with an in-swinger for Aston Villa. Plays it short.
Tussle.
Yeah, McGinn now on the angle of the box. Tries to get a little bit of an angle, but Murphy blocks that shot. Another corner to Aston Villa. Very interesting look at Aston Villa's setup here. Goes long this time into the box. It's headed clear by J7. Kamara now. Back out to Tielemans. Tielemans again, first time ball into the box. It's headed clear from Fabian Schär this time. Falls to Tonali down this left-hand side. Got a bit of grass to run into. He's dragging everybody back with him. Rogers tracking him back now to try and get something on that. Plays it back to Tino. Tino now looking up to J7. J7 goes across field to Trippier. Again, lots of space because McGinn's tracked all the way back with Murphy. Murphy now drives the ball into the box, going towards that back stick and Isaac. He gets a header now from J7 to Isaac on the edge of the box. Tino drops off him. He plays it square to Tonali. Fires one up to the corner. Oh! And Martinez has to get down and just gets her fingertips to it to push it round the post. He didn't hit that clean either.
No, he didn't hit it clean at all.
Imagine what he'd have done if... Was it a deflection off Konza?
No, I think it was just a bubble.
No deflection. It was as straight as an arrow into that side net, and if he hadn't got his fingers to it, he's just unbelievable, isn't he? He really is something special when he gets his foot into those beyond one of them shots. Always got his head over the ball. It always seems to be on target. Even volleys that are very hard to do from out the air, always seems to be able to get his hip over the ball and shape that ball towards goal. Superb. Trippier now drives the ball in towards Dan Burn, who gets his head to it, but it's too much, and it's out for a goal kick for Aston Villa. Just looking, who's that? Was an old player. Who's that now in the looking at the crowd? I can't remember his name.
I don't know who that is.
A lad I used to play cricket with, his name's Chris Barton. His dad was Tony Barton, the manager who lifted the cup. Yeah, he lifted the cup and unfortunately passed away. But I bet he'll be there today. Isaac now.
Isaac going to run.
Good little run. He's a little bit of a tug back on his. Oh, come on, referee. You know what I mean? You can't give one. That's the trouble, you see. Isaac's trying to run on, and because obviously the ball deflects off him, he's lost control of it a bit. But Tielemans on his shoulder there, pulling him back, and he just lets it go. And like I say, he just oversteps the ball because of that tug on the shoulder, and he goes out for a goal kick. He was in a good, promising position there, Isaac, to be fair. Right side of goal, and he right-footed, driving it across Martinez. Goes short again, Aston Villa. Martinez out to go long this time. Mings. Again, picked off from Fabian Shaw. J7 now. Tino, who's gone a little inside. He got Barnes on the outside of him. He plays Barnes into this corner and blocks the ball. Terrible. That's unlucky that to ball in from Madsen to Asensio. It seems to fall to feet. Kamara now on the halfway line with the turn. Again, it's like two heavyweights knocking at the door. Ball's coming to the box. It's a driven shot again from Asensio. And we just, sorry, it was Rogers. Sorry, the screen went a little bit blurry my side. I couldn't quite see who that was. And we just backed off a little bit. And it was a ball. Rogers had literally just running towards the box. And we'd backed off and backed off and backed off and just allowed him to shoot. And like Palpy covering his near post. Manages to claw it away for a corner to Aston Villa. It's certainly, box to box stuff, isn't it? At the minute. You guys happy with what we've seen? Chris, are you is Chris with us?
We're not getting beat.
No. Oh, the mix up in the middle there. And it goes over Tino's head and Popey lost sight of it, but luckily it fell to a white shirt that time.
Well done.
Well done, son. Oh. I thought Harvey Barnes had done enough there to win that ball back. Not quite full.
I thought he was going to get a free kick as well, but he didn't.
No. Matty Cash now. Konza. Tielemans. Square to Mings. On the halfway line. Again, Newcastle just step off. Go into our 5-4-1 this time. And there's a ball over the top for Watkins. It's fallen to McGinn to Gnarly. J7 does a little turn. He tries to play the ball quickly. And the referee's played on here. Bruno fell to the ground again looking for the free kick. Kamara out to Madsen. Madsen now and the pushing on down that left-hand side. Just trying to draw the Newcastle players out at him. But again, Newcastle dropping into this 5-4-1. Very narrow. Not allowing Aston Villa too much room down them wings. It's coming to Kamara. Tielemans. Madsen. And it's, again, all just a little bit stationary at the minute. Not allowing Aston Villa too much room. Madsen and looks like Rogers has come over to the left-hand side just to try and make something happen because he's not getting much joy down the right-hand side. Madsen back to Rogers, but that was blocked off by Bruno. Back to Tielemans. Aston Villa with 131 passes. Newcastle 148 at the minute. 53% possession to Newcastle, 47 to Aston Villa. Very, very even, if I'm honest with you.
All the way around.
Yeah. Ball driven towards Cash, but that's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, great. I mean, it was great defending. The blocking every channel, very narrow, very tight. The 5 and then the 4 narrow in front of them. And in the end, what Villa have to do is look elsewhere because they're just getting no change whatsoever. from Newcastle. So really good defensive work. And then it's just overhit. Into the 40th minute, Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 1. Again, Popey looks to go long. No gambling here. Picking out J7 again on this left-hand touchline. He controls it on his chest. He gets a chance to bring it down. Begins all over the back of him, though.
Finds Tonali.
Tonali.
Everywhere.
Tonali looks to float the ball out to Trippier. Great little ball. Trippier onto his chest. Plays the ball down the channel to Murphy. And again, Murphy seems a bit sluggish to me today. He's not his usual zesty self. It's back with with Byrne on the halfway line. Out to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes has got a chance to pull J7 in, but he goes inside. He looks for Isak, but that's cleared by Mings. And now there's a back of the head clash with Trippier.
Caden Naylor out or something, that wasn't it from Barnes?
Yeah. Oh, well done. Rogers there. He gets a tackle from J7 from behind, and J7's going to get a card here. Yeah, guaranteed. I don't know what it is. Why we've tackled very similar to theirs. That we get a yellow card and they don't. Rogers on a good run there, to be fair. Murphy picks him up. I suppose he's out of control.
A sliding tackle from behind.
I think he was out of control. That's why he's got the yellow card. Not in control of the motion of his body. But I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really make contact.
To the ball, to be fair.
No, he didn't make contact either, much with Rogers, to be fair either. I think Rogers just saw an opportunity to go over there, if I'm honest. So Fabian Schär and J7 now on yellow cards. Ball comes centrally, straight down Popey's throat. So happy with that. Boys are asking to be rolled out. Rolls it out to Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär goes along the floor to Murphy.
Come on, Murph.
Murphy on the half turn now. Kept the ball in, but again, didn't control it very well and was forced just to kick it centrally, and it's given the ball straight back to Aston Villa.
Martinez long again, but great ball, to be fair, and it's got us on the back foot. They've gone into the box. They haven't got any support, though, of Ollie Watkins, and it's driven across the box. I mean, that's the one thing about Martinez, isn't it? Yeah.
He seems to be the complete keeper. He can play balls.
He's the best keeper in the world for me.
Yeah, well, he probably is for me as well, if I'm honest. He's got to be up there in the top three for me.
There's him, Edison, and Allison. And I think out of the three.
Kicking wise, he's the best out of the three of them. I don't think he's the best stopping wise. But like I say, it's he's certainly an outlet for them. They've hit the woodwork twice now, Villa. So we've got to be careful when the ball comes into the box. Asensio, time to turn. He plays it centrally, but luckily Dan Byrne picks that up. Plays the ball into Bruno.
Beautifully.
Murphy plays the ball down to Isak down that right-hand side. Isak, for the first time, got a bit of grass to run into. He's held up by Madsen. Plays it to Bruno. Bruno gives it him back. Across the box. Tino! He blocked. Tino picks the ball up again.
Keep going.
Asensio now tries to play the ball.
Well done.
Tonali just couldn't get hold of that ball.
He went for a penalty at the finish, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. He was trying to find something there, I think. Make something out of nothing. Driven across the box. It was just in front of Harvey Barnes. It comes to Tino, who drives it again. And then it's just everybody trying to get onto the end of it. And Tonali thinks he's got a little bit of room and he falls. I don't know why he fell there, to be fair. There was an opportunity to pick the ball up and run.
He had the ball.
They're into the wild box now.
In our box now.
Watkins just tries to get the ball and Fabian Schär throws a foot at it. The referee's looking and he's given a goal kick.
Yeah, let's see what VAR see.
Yeah, is that anything on the ball at all there from Fabian Schär?
Because they will definitely look at it.
Hold on. Yeah, he's put his fingers to his ears, so he's having a look here. It's gone upstairs. Watkins drops his shoulder with Fabian Shaw. He goes down, and Fabian Shaw
Didn't even touch him.
Didn't touch him.
Doesn't
Now,
even
I mean,
touch him.
he does throw a foot at it, but he just falls over. Look.
That's a dive.
Yeah, he should be yellow carded for that, to be fair.
That's a dive.
That's what I think Fabian Shaw, that's what racks you off, isn't it? It really does, because like I say, that is, Rashford now warming up, maybe coming on for the second half, because Rodgers has done absolutely nothing, to be fair, in this first half. Fallen nicely to Harvey Barnes. He's got 2 players around him now. It's a bit of a tussle for the ball. Harvey Barnes, it's given a free kick away. Again, they're not allowing you any space, Harvey Barnes. Very tightly controlled at the minute. But into the 46th minute with 3 minutes added on. Definitely can see Marcus Rashford coming on at half-time. Konza out to Mings. Mings back to Martinez. Martinez again just looks he's in total control. Nice ball again along the floor. Oh, bad touch that time.
Oh, we should have had that. We've got it. Oh,
no, we haven't.
Man.
Come on, we're all just a little bit on our heels. He's won it back with Bruno, central.
We're back to doing these silly...
Tino inside. He's got a chance of a shot, but he plays it to Bruno centrally, who gets underneath it and kicks it over the bar. I thought he was going to give that to J7, who overlapped lovely down that left-hand side there. Kamara goes to go with J7, and Tino sees that. And Bruno gives the Martinez the eyes, and he plays it into... it goes to the near post, and it goes over, unfortunately. Just a bit too much on it. Really poor touch from Rodgers, though, when they lost that ball. He should have done better there. Like I say, that would probably be Unai Emery's call. I would have thought it would have been mine, because Rodgers has had a poor first half. Ball goes long. Trippier heads it up in the air. Doesn't go far. Shaw this time heads it out towards Murphy. Murphy got Asensio up his back and gets a little bit of a tap on the heels from Rodgers. And referee gives him a free kick again. Rodgers has come from this right-hand side over to the left too, and they are really competing on that left-hand side. We've lost the screen. Oh, there you go. And it's obviously a tactical thing where they're trying to overload, again, the Fabian Shaw and Trippier, and it's stopping Murphy from going forward. So we've got to start working this left-hand channel a little bit more for me to try and get them to bring him back. I don't think we've utilised the extra man enough for me. As the ball fits to Harvey Barnes, it's given to Isak now on this left-hand side of the penalty area. Gives it back to Barnes. Isak again gets a chance to run in. Tino gets in his way, I think, to be fair. Tino stood there, and as Isak was going to make a run inside, and he gets in Isak's way. Dan Burn now following Watkins all the way back. And he's done well there, to be fair, Burn. Because like I say, it's in a dangerous position and it's half time. There you go. I'm going to let you two have a chat while I just go for a quick drink. Oh, is Chris not there? Have a look in the chat then, mate. See if there's anything there just while I nip to get a drink.
Yeah. We've got Brant saying... Where are we? Rugby analysts, they don't have the wins against top opponents like we do. We are 7-2-3 against them the past few seasons. They just beat the teams they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. You don't get to be where they are in the league just by beating the teams you're supposed to, by the way, Brant. Let's have a look. What else we got? Dee-dee-dee-dee. Be back at half time. See you half time. Obviously, Branton rugby analysts must be having some. Can't crumble now. Massive if we win. Basically, nails us on for top 5. Don't crumble now. Queenie. Here's a state the refs at Aston Villa have never lost when they have. Oh, here's a stat. The referee, Aston Villa have never lost with Jared Gillette as in charge, shall we say. Can't wait to see Joey Linton flatten him again. $200,000 want to save the prams and trolley at Leazes Park Lake. Well, there you go. That's our 300,000 at the parade beats their 200,000 in the petition. What a load of nonsense, isn't it? Gabriel and Saliba are better than Botman, but Botman is young and his only issue is health at the minute. That obviously refers back to the discussion that Chris and I were having early doors. It'll be interesting to see how we react here. No dogs with share. I don't quite understand that, Rick Murphy, but welcome along. Another deflection. These are increasing my blood pressure. Don't worry, the dog's here to save you. Why win panicked already? Lol, relax everybody. Well, the dog came out and the dog did its trick. We're playing far too good to be worried about what's happened on a lucky deflection. Well, I'll kind of go along with you there, Brant. Let's have a look at the latest. Ashington. Villa fans will say the ref was on our side, even though they've got everything. Yeah, no doubt. McKenzie, well, this is what was said. Yeah, absolutely spot on, because Shea didn't touch Watkins there when he went down. So that, to me, should have been a VAR, because VAR looked at it for the penalty. They didn't give the penalty, so obviously decided there was no contact. So if there was no contact, why did Watkins not get a yellow card for diving? Absolutely spot on, McKenzie family. Bonds was being fouled by two guys, but they get the... Yeah, I think that there's a lot of folks in the chat who are not happy with the ref. The ref didn't want to whistle, but he felt he had to, or it was too obvious. Tyndall needs to bollock them at half-time. Well, it wouldn't be interesting to see, because the one thing that's been apparent under Tyndall, for me, is that we haven't dropped off in the second half the way we have in previous games this season. Since Tyndall's been on the touchline, the second halves have almost been better than the first half. You can't say that against Palace, to be fair, because the first half against Palace was just absolutely scintillating. But like I say, Tyndall, let's see him show his good stuff. That's us. They're on 55. We're on 60 as it stands. Let me just.
There you go. I've joined you. I've got my mad dog.
Good. Yeah, they're 55. We are 60. As I say, a draw was always going to be kind of good enough here, but a win's what we're looking for. Why is
I think
we're not starting counters off? Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the one thing I said before, the one thing that I've really been pleased with, that whoever it is, whether it's Graham Jones, whoever, our defensive coach, has decided to go long. We've not messed about around the box with players. I think it's probably a bit longer in the day to realise that there isn't many players that are comfortable having the press against them. So why compete? Why compete in your own penalty box? Get it long, compete in and around the halfway line, and get bodies to the second ball. And I think, to me, the one thing that I've picked on the first half, if I may, and I'll probably be best if I give you some idea of what I mean when I say this, if I can. Don't know whether I can on here. If I just put my screen on, and I'll be able to show you a little bit more. Or Chris is on it. I can't. Unless we go on dynamic. Let's just go on dynamic just for a second, and then we can. I can show you what I mean. And we'll transition it. If you have a look, unfortunately, the only picture I can get of Asensio, he's got a black background. Rodgers was absolutely getting nothing down this right-hand channel. So halfway through the half, what Unai Emery did was double up over here. And he's isolating both Isak and Trippier to try and work for him. And what you get then is obviously it's literally man on man in here, and it's stopping Tonali from moving forward. And even Bruno at times has been stuck in a rut to try and support these three. And again, when you look at the likes of Tielemans coming in, what they're not doing at all, and again, I don't know whether that's the fact that Harvey Barnes and Tino have been accommodating this left-hand channel really well. We haven't seen enough of Matty Cash. He's been involved once, and I'm a little bit, like I say, I get a little bit worried when they're not using a channel. I think what they're trying to do is one, overload the left-hand side, and then what it does is allows light runners, the likes of Matty Cash, to come round the back corner. And we've seen it once where McGinn, I think it was, it was Tielemans who tried to get a ball into this area where Matty was just a little bit overdriven, and Matty Cash was unable to get hold of the ball. So it's something we need to be careful of. But again, it was a really good ploy from Unai Emery just to try and stop our play down this right-hand channel. And like we say, with Maatsen down here as well, what you've got is, us pegged in to a degree in this right-hand side. And what they try and do then is quickly move the ball over to the right-hand side. But again, it hasn't worked for them. We have won majority of our battles. But to me, it seems as if we're a little bit on the delay. We're a little bit on the heels. And I just think that needs to be a little bit stronger going forward into the next second half. And if we can do that, I think there's every chance we can get something.
Can I get this score covered?
What's that?
They do well. We normally have the time. Let's go back to.
No, that's he does the because that's live, isn't it, from the ground?
Yeah.
So that won't come on.
He showed me how to do it before.
What the scorecard?
And when I transitioned, the whole lot went on.
Well, you've just got to move it up, haven't you?
No, I went to the layers, which is the one he said. But anyway, it didn't matter. I don't think they'll be able to pick that up.
No.
So, meanwhile, back at the right, I think Shea should be rested second half. He's under attack. They will target him more second half and try to get him sent off. Well, so what do? Put Kraft on? It's a thought. As you say, he's on a yellow. I don't know if I would, to be fair. No, if it ain't bust, don't fix it.
Yeah, well, there is that, isn't there? When you look at it, it's a case of, asking yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to do it. So I've done the second half. Look, I've put it up on the screen.
No, it's not. That was the time.
What's that? Oh, you want the time on there?
No. Well, you can't put the time on there just yet.
No, because it's not there yet, is it?
Yeah. I'm trying. I tried shutting the eye, but it doesn't work.
Well, we're at half time anyway at the minute.
Yeah,
doesn't really matter. Yeah, it'll be so. Has anybody picked up anything from in the chat that they've seen that needs to be addressed or anything that they've seen in the first half tactics?
Why is Pope not starting counters off? That's the thing, because he's grabbed the ball a few times and took his time before laying it out, and he's had opportunities to get the ball further forward more quickly. I think that's the point. Brant's saying, we've played relatively poorly, which we have by recent
Performances.
standards.
Yeah.
And we're still level. So what's not to like?
Apparently, we showed about 15 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because I had the screen on. Who'd pressed that across then?
Well, that was me when I tried to knock the time off.
Naughty.
So I quickly had to go to dynamic.
I'm sure the copyright police will be out.
Exactly, that's the worry.
Oh, bless. Pope's distribution is reliable and as fast as the post office, to be fair. I mean, I look at it, and like I said, the one thing that I'm actually quite happy with is the fact that we're not just giving them the ball back to play. I think the longer we have the ball, the more frustrated they get, the more it shuts the crowd up, and the way we go. You know what I mean? Into that next part of the game, and I think that's what we need to be looking at. I think we need to be looking at trying to get into or get involved in playing around them. And like I say, if they're going to overload our right back situation and take Murphy with them, and like I say, Murphy's not had a great game for me. We have given the ball away a little bit too cheaply down that right hand side because of the way they're playing. But we've got to stop them. Their main, if you like, Tielemans pings the ball around really easily. Like I said, for me, if I was Unai Emery now, it'd be Rodgers for Rashford, and I think Rashford will be another issue for us. To be fair, he will definitely be the one that stops the likes of Tino moving forward because of the way he plays. So we have to have one eye on what's going on there. And like I said, you made a comment about, how many players would you take of Arsenal into our side? How many players would you have taken from Aston Villa? Because they're not a bad unit. It's not as if they're all well stars. They just seem to work really well together at home.
I like that coming back from rugby. Their whole game plan appears to be based around passing, getting the ball to Martinez, getting us to press.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Emery will know that we do.
And he plays through us.
And then playing it long. And it worked once particularly well.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you look at the passing channels, when you press and they go wide, because obviously Mings will start, he'll give it to Martinez, and then he'll go out out left. Konza does the same on the right hand side. Everybody goes wide. What you have to do then as a team is you have to make a decision. You either stay narrow, which means then they can play out and around you, or you have to, like I say, it's that marking space, which everybody questions when I say that. It's about being in the right spot where if the ball goes to them, by the time the ball gets there, you can close the space. So when you get half and half, for me, it stops Martinez playing either way. So Martinez then has to trust the player that he's passing the ball to if he decides to pass in and around the box. He has to literally look at the people that, in and around him that he can go. But what we've done, and again, you're absolutely right, Rugby, is the fact that you've got, with us going man to man, we seem to be leaving wide open spaces through the middle for the likes of Rodgers to walk onto the ball, for the likes of Watkins to walk onto the ball a bit more centrally. I mean, there has been a time, like Wynn says, where Martinez drilled a ball and Watkins was able to take Fabian Schär on a little bit of a merry tour, and we backed off so much he got a shot off in the box, which should never have happened. But it is what it is. It looks like they're coming out for the second half, mate.
Yeah.
So we'll start that, and we'll transition that across. So that's the second half started, but let's say the time isn't on yet. It'll be on in a minute with Chris. So I'm going to get back onto the game, and we'll see you all in a minute. Enjoy the second half.
The teams are in the tunnel.
Oh, look, I haven't got I have got nothing now.
And neither have I.
Okie doke.
Well, I've got
Hopefully Chris can sort this out, because like the minute I have got absolutely nothing to work off. I'll have to go and watch my TV for a bit.
Yeah, 2 secs.
They have. It's back on. It's back on.
On private match.
Well, it's at the bottom of the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it at the bottom of the screen, but
I don't know what's going on here, because I can't see a thing. Anyway, Aston Villa's kicked off, but we haven't got it on our screen whatsoever at the minute. So I don't know what's going on there. Let me go back on and then see if it appears. No, it doesn't appear on there at all, does it? But it appears there. Is that a different screen altogether?
I've got no idea.
It's on Chrissy's screen, but not on ours.
Well, we're attacking on it.
Yeah, well, we are at the minute. Kamara's in the middle of the box for me.
Tiny,
I mean, I'm
tiny, can't see it.
Yeah. The ball floated in towards Trippier. Like I say, I'm going to be about 20 seconds behind everybody else. Bruno plays it out to Tino on the left-hand side on the halfway line. He's not got many players around him, to be fair. He takes on McGinn and he gets past him, faced up by Matty Cash now. And he's looking for some support. He plays it all the way back to Tonali. Tonali again just drops it back to Fabian Schär. And he goes square to Dan Burn. And Dan Burn again just drills the ball out to Harvey Barnes. Again, faced up by Matty Cash. Harvey Barnes goes on a little bit of a dance. But again, he just doesn't. He gets a bit of a lost possession. And Kamara now, we just get the ball clear. Aston Villa up to Watkins. And Watkins is back. Schär backing into him a little bit. And it's took off him. Because, again, when you only play with one target, man, you're not going to get the ball that often. So you've got to fight for everything. Out on the right-hand side now with Murphy. Trippier drops outside of him. Trippier now with the ball back to Murphy down the line. Again, faced off with Rodgers this time. Rodgers just trying to push him out of play. And the referee, the linesman gives it a throw into Aston Villa, which doesn't surprise me at all.
So have you got the pictures on the live match?
No, nothing. It's a black screen.
No.
So have you sent the message to Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, so look, I have got it at the bottom of the screen, but I can't see it.
Exactly.
And that's the issue. Maybe if I do that.
Tell you what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah, that's what I've done now. Aston Villa now with the ball. He plays it into Ollie Watkins, I think that is. Down on this left-hand side. It's all right. We're on a very small screen, guys, so it's hard to pick up.
Right.
Tielemans.
Go dynamic, Gary.
That's what I've done. Tielemans plays the ball in.
I've got it on and then if you just spread your screen.
Yeah.
So I've got it now anyway. So we've
It's
just
just
cleared. Ball's gone to Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
Oh, but again, a ridiculously poor 5-yard pass.
Well, I don't think he meant to do that. I think that's what I said. He never looks in control of the ball there. Anyway, Maatsen now on the halfway line back to Mings. All of the Newcastle shirts are behind the ball. Very narrow again. Kamara. Konza to Mings, square. Mings looking to go long this time. Drills it again towards Watkins. Picked up from Fabian Schär on the halfway line now. Trippier down this right-hand side. Murphy now looks up. Drills the ball into the box. And it's Mings who gets a toe to it. It's come out to Mansden.
Back to Murph. Go on, shoot.
Murphy into the box.
Plays
it back to Bruno. Bruno's he's on his knees a little bit there. He's trying to get hold of it, but no. He's muscled off the ball. I thought he was going to get that for a second.
I think VAR might have a look at that. Look at that little back heel by the little Cruyff.
No, I don't think it was anything.
I think if Bruno goes down and stays down the first time, they've got to have a look at it. But he doesn't. He tries to keep going.
There's a ball through the middle for Aston Villa to run onto. Rodgers now central. He plays to try to get around the back with McGinn. McGinn's got hold of it. and he's tried to play the ball quickly. Again, it's that right to left-hand side, playing inverted inside left and right plays with McGinn now playing on that right channel, doing them late runs into the box behind our two centre halves. Got to be careful of that. Corner to Aston Villa, 51st minute. Tielemans with a corner. Looking for an in-swinger again. You got to get on our toes with these ones. Zonal marking again in the box. It's come centrally. It's kicked out, but only half cleared. No, Harvey Barnes pulled it out, but then he got under his feet a little bit. Luckily there, we've gone long. He's trying to play in Isaac, but it's a easy ball out, to be fair. And and Rodgers was in the right place at the right time then, and he picked the ball up. Tielemans now. Kamara. On the halfway line. All the way back to Konza, who plays it to Mings. Mings looks to go long, fades to go long and plays it to Matson. Matson now to Tielemans. Tielemans sees the run of Matty Cash down that right-hand side. Matty Cash able to pick the ball up. He's got Tino. Tino! Tino was in two minds there, wasn't he?
He does the hard work, gets in front of him.
Gets in front of him, and he said he wanted to let the ball go out and then gets a touch on it. And he's like, oh, shit. And he's like, jam. And then the ball rolls away from him. So, unlucky Tino.
There was only one winner in that foot race between Cash and Tino.
Yeah, you're right. Mings comes from into the box now with Konza. Asensio again looking to the in-swinger on this left-hand side, the right-hand side. So it's going to be a left in-swinger. McGinn comes out to get the ball from him, but he plays it to the near post. It's a flick on. Tonali off the line. Oh, and a slashed ball across.
What the hell that was about?
I have no idea where that was. Harvey Barnes now picks the ball up.
Well done, Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, Tonali well done off the line. And now it's a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Yeah, well done, Tonali. In the right place again at the right time, because it was it was a flick on. Oh, it was going wide anyway by the looks of it, to be fair.
I don't know, Tonali off the lane there for me.
No, it's going wide, mate. That's going wide. I mean, you can't take any prisoners, but like I say, it was close to the post. So anywhere, I mean, as in a defensive unit, you don't take the risk. But I don't think it was on target anyway. But I mean, what a crap shot that was from Matson. It went square. Never mind out for even a goal kick. It just went square. Popey now with a goal kick goes long. Looking for J7 again, who doesn't get off the floor. And I don't know why they aim for him if he's not going to get off the floor. Konza now. Dodgy ball in to Tielemans from Konza, but he manages to get it. Martinez plays a ball squared again to Konza. Konza goes to feet to McGinn now. McGinn coming a bit more in field, tries to get a nice little ball off, but because Watkins was offside. But again, who's last man back?
Exactly. Who's trip should be.
Yeah. Tonali playing the hero. He should be wearing a cape, that man, I'm telling you now.
He should either,
Burn out.
71% of the earth is covered by the oceans. The rest is covered by Tonali.
So true. Popey now out to Burn on that left side. Tino looking for a let out, but again, Aston Villa just not allowing them to play. Burn decides to go square to Trippier. Lofted ball now into Murphy. Murphy comes in field. And lost the ball. Oh. And he's got the foul. Yeah. His head's down a little bit today, Murphy. Again, it's not had a great game. Not being able to play his free role. How long do you reckon it'll be before Gordon's on?
Well,
65 minutes.
I don't know. Do we want to risk anything at the minute?
Well, it's like I say, you've you've got to start asking your question: is have you got?
No, I don't mind making. Oh, Murphy beat again.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's not having a good one.
No, true. Tielemans now
But
over
he
the
is
side to
back
Matson.
there.
Yeah, that's what I said. His defensive mindset is good. Or as a referee, he's not looking at that. It's come out to Rogers, who gets
And
the blocking
who's there?
from. Yeah, well, it was Fabian Shaw that time,
Yeah.
and out to Kamara, Matson. Again, Aston Villa having a lot of half chances, I would say, not chances. Nice little ball into the middle to Asensio. Asensio, oh, what are you doing? I mean, Asensio just goes down.
Bruno's going to get a yellow.
He is. If he keeps on doing that.
If he keeps on doing that and then complaining about it.
But you can't go by Asensio. I mean, he just falls over. Referee won't change his mind once he's given it, so what's the point in arguing the toss? But he is cheating like mad, Asensio, to be fair. Free kick to Aston Villa then. Asensio now looking to get this ball into a dangerous position. Floats it in towards the penalty box. Mings gets his head onto it, but it just goes high and wide. Again, not the best football from Newcastle.
No.
But again, it's like I say, 3 games in 6 days. Has it taken its toll?
Possibly.
On the mental effect?
Two nuts saying the team has good balance. We don't need to change it, which I'm inclined to agree with. But Andy Bell saying I'd go for Gordon.
Yeah. We haven't got to get out of a card at all. We just penned in a little bit. And it's just too easy for them at the minute to bring the ball back at us. That's what I'd like to look at. Something that's, I mean, he's right. Two nuts right. We have got balance, but I think it's just too defensive with no get out of jail card. And Murphy's not having a great game, so I would say get Harvey Barnes on the right hand side and bring Gordon on the left. See if he can shake it up a little bit.
Or get Gordon on the right.
Or get Gordon on the right. A little ball in the back stick there, and Danny Byrne goes and gets a slide in. And McGinn, what's he given? What's he given here? Tielemans into McGinn.
That's
Bruno gets his elbows into his back, yeah. He's not a happy bunny today, is he?
That's a yellow all day for me, that.
Well, he's nowhere near the ball, is he?
Especially...
he's given the foul. And has he got the yellow card? No. Seems to be the TV just seems to be highlighting Bruno at the minute. The referee's now speaking to Bruno and telling him, now, Eddie Moore, that is your last call. Bruno, no comprende. Another free kick. Tielemans to take this one. Right of centre, halfway in the Aston Villa. Newcastle half. Goes short this time. He floats it into the box, and it's headed clear by Trippier. Again, just trying to get the ball into the box, and Popey gets a challenge there from Ollie Watkins. Popey gets it into his hands. Good distribution this time. It's Tino down that left-hand side. Again, holding on to the ball too long, mate. You've got to get, Harvey Barnes is on the run. Give it to him. Seem to be delaying it today. I don't know why. Tielemans now. There's people saying that we're still in control of this game. I don't know where. They obviously see something different than I do.
Yeah, it's not the flowing performance of late.
Yeah.
But at the minute...
Well, 1-1, I'll take it all day, every day. Oh, there's a chance here. And
good save.
Luckily, that was straight at Pope, but that was McGinn coming around the corner again. There's a shot again straight at Pope. This is what I said. If this is what people class as being in control,
this is starting to look really, really iffy.
If we continue this way, there's only going to be one winner at Villa Park today. And again, luckily for all, I mean, Pope did stand tall there when McGinn went through. But the system of play from Aston Villa is just stopping us from playing.
This is better. One touch.
We've got a chance down the right hand side now. Murphy goes square.
Oh, hard lanes, but his man was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what I said. It's square, but Isak's very central, and Kamara's run from 15, 20 yards back and got a foot on it. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. He's marking the space on the retreat. And I think Isak just needs to be on his toes a little bit more.
Well, if Isak takes one straight towards that ball, he gets it.
Yeah. Good header from Dan Burn there from the clearance from Martinez. Tino now. We're just a little bit too static for me, if I'm honest. Not enough get up and go. We're not pacey enough today.
Yeah. Well, we've got plenty of pace on the bench.
Yeah, sure. Goes Trippier. Trippier looks for Murphy again. Murphy
wins it.
Tries to get a little header down into Bruno. Second bite of the cherry, gets there. J7 now. J7.
Oh, what the...
Poor ball again, J7.
Again, shocking.
Matty Cash now brings the ball out.
And with loads of options as well,
Yeah, well, the pass was there. He picked the right pass. It just didn't do the right job. And again, lucky deflection there. It stays with Bruno in the halfway line. Oh, sorry, it's Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär now taking the ball on. No, it is Bruno. Sorry, this picture's bloody awful. Trippier now goes back to Murphy. Trippier on this touch line. Trippier looking for Bruno inside on the right hand channel. Plays the ball into J7.
No.
Back to Bruno. Bruno now in the half D. Gives it to Isak, who has a first time shot, trying to drill it into low and hard.
I cannot understand why Bruno didn't have a dig there.
No, mate. He hadn't got any. He was on his left foot, though, mate. To be fair, and like I say, you've got to have the confidence to have a go with that right foot. And oh, you go. I mean, what's going? You've only got to touch these Villa players. Oh, he's Bruno. That's why he's been given the warning. So why come through the side of him again? Every time Bruno gets anywhere near the Villa,
I think he should be off me. Get Maley on.
I mean,
why didn't he shoot there?
Yeah. I mean, he goes over Kamara because Kamara's gone to the ground and he's screaming. But then Tielemans got the ball. He's coming around the side of Tielemans. And I'm not being funny. All of the Villa players know you're on your final warning.
Right. Yes, Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon. Yeah, it's a matter of time, mate. We have been so slack.
Would you dare us going with a 4-2-4?
No, not at the minute because they're controlling midfield. Ball into Maatsen. Maatsen shoots, goal. Dead simple. It's so it was coming, mate. You could see it,
yeah.
And that's what I said. I know what people say. We're in control of the bloody game. It's crazy. Down this right hand side, they have tore us like a new one at times, and like I say, they've restricted us playing out because of the setup. And with McGinn and Rodgers now swapping sides, McGinn now does these diagonal runs, which is causing us no end of trouble. And it's just a simple ball out to Watkins, and Watkins just feeds Maatsen, who just continues his run into the box. Nobody's tracking the run. Maatsen just runs from deep. Murphy can't catch him. And it's just simple into the far corner. Well, it's not simple. He finishes it really well, to be fair. Left foot across goal. We've got it all to do now.
Sorry, I was muted there. Indeed, we have.
65th minute, Aston Villa 2, Newcastle 1.
How significant will that goal be in our season?
Well, like I say, I mean, I think the first goal we were unlucky. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I mean, I think that is his first goal, Maatsen. But if I'm honest with you, the second half, I don't think we've been at the races.
No.
If I'm honest with you, we've been very iffy. Harvey Barnes has come on to this right hand side now with Gordon on the left hand side. Harvey Barnes now. J7 just inside him again. Just
man,
Jesus, that's what I said.
You know what I mean? Again, we're getting into this habit of just misplacing 5 and 10 yard passes.
Yeah, you can't have J7 being your ball player from midfield. You just can't have it. What's happened now?
I've got no idea. Chris is in control here.
Is he? Well, we've lost everything.
Right.
So
well, he's changed. He's come in. He's changed the score. So just add.
Here we go. We're back in.
Yeah.
Have you changed the score on the main screen?
No, Chris has.
Okay, cool. Trippier now with the corner. Drills. Oh, it's gone all the way across to J7, who gets a shot off, but it was blocked. And then it's just hastily cleared. Quickly done by Tino to Tonali. Trippier, Tonali, and Tino. There's far too many T's in this team now. There's far too many B's. J7, Tino, Burn, Anthony Gordon now. He's trying to get some spark into the side. Comes inside, as he always does, into the centre circle now, just inside the Aston Villa half. Tonali, who's obviously sitting deep. Allows trying to get players just to start playing. But again, the shape of Aston Villa just forces us a little bit further back. Bruno now out to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes waiting for Trippier to go outside of him. Now Trippier. Trippier again, not really getting much space from Maatsen, to be fair. Manages to get the ball back to Bruno. Now with Dan Burn. Dan Burn now looking to go down the left-hand channel. Again, the system of Aston Villa just slows them down. Tonali plays the ball over towards the back stick. And we've got a bit of an overload here if he's played quickly. Into Harvey Barnes now. We're running into the box. Harvey Barnes tries to drill one across the box. Luckily then for Aston Villa, it gets blocked. And it's kicked clear to the halfway line with Pope now. Gives it back quickly to Dan Burn. Dan Burn makes a bit of a run into the box. It's towards the box. He carries on his run, and luckily J7 tries to pick him out. But that was, again, blocked. And again, running the line really well, Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa. He gives them an outlet all of the time. And now Aston Villa slow it right down. Kamara into Tielemans. Asensio is highlighting, he's literally highlighting Bruno. And every time Bruno goes anywhere near him, you just think he's going to go down. He's certainly got to be careful here. Tino now. Tonali. He's just, again, everybody's backing off him. There's no press on this ball from Aston Villa. They're just trying to keep the shape. He fires the ball into
done.
Isak. Isak with a turn now. Out to Anthony Gordon on that left-hand line. Anthony Gordon goes towards the line and he goes to put the cross in with his left-hand side, but it's deflected out for a corner. What?
Everything went off. Yeah, well, I had to hide it because it went on the main screen.
Oh, you cleared it? Is that what you're doing?
No, I didn't clear it. I just hit it.
Well, that's why we couldn't see it then. Ball comes into Newcastle, into the box. Because all I'd got is a black screen. And the ball's got out of play this time. Really poor corner that time, to be fair. Aston Villa now with a couple of substitutes. Looks like Onana's coming on.
Yeah, I think he's settling for what he's got.
Yeah, absolutely. Asensio coming off for them. Again, he's not had a great game, to be fair to Asensio, but he's certainly tricked him. And McGinn's coming off.
McGinn's coming off.
That's a surprising one.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope.
Well.
No, we've got nothing. Hold on.
What are you talking about?
You want to be back on private match now, Gary?
That's all right, Tom.
We can do this every week.
Oh, my God. Honestly. Yeah, but when I'm on the big screen, I haven't got, There you go. Who's that? Oh, that's Ramsey's come on. Goal kick now to Aston Villa. Martinez just waiting now, seeing if he's going to go long. It looks like he is. Clears the ball down. And again, there's everybody. It's like I said, everybody faces the ball. And there you've just got Rodgers just literally pushing into Trippier. And like I say, he's not even looking at the ball. So how is that not, a foul or a ball into the box and it's a goal?
That's right.
Dead simple. It's so simple. And again, Ramsey, like I just said, he's pushed into Trippier and he's completely took Trippier out of the game just because he's not looking at the ball. Trippier then, who should have picked up the ball, he's wrong-footed. Yeah, and it's just played around them. And nobody then because you've missed your space, if you like. You've got one player marking two, and again, he just runs in behind and nobody picks him up. Ball comes simple. It's just so simple. Out to Ramsey. Ramsey just looks up, and again, he's looking to try and get a ball. One, and it's, I don't know whether, is that Tielemans who gets it? It's deflection off Dan Burn again. So it's an own goal.
Burn screwed up that one.
Yeah, Dan Burn. Tielemans goes to get it. He misses the ball altogether. And it literally comes off Dan Burn and it goes, again, past.
That's just poor defending, man. On all levels.
He's just unsighted, isn't he? I mean, that's the problem. It's like, but this is how we've been, Chris. The whole match, really, for me, and especially the second half, we've been flat-footed. We've not been on our toes and expecting the ball. I don't know. Like I say, it's certainly the hangovers caused us more problems than it's caused them with the midweek match.
Well, that's a Villa very much alive.
Oh, that's a poor ball from Shaw this time.
Again, bro. What the?
Tielemans centrally plays.
Four.
Oh, it's 4. Oh, it's a great save from Popey. Yeah, he should have been 4, to be fair. Villa are all over us at the minute. Short goal.
It is 4 now.
It is now. And Onana scores.
Just to score, man.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
That's crazy.
You're playing like a bunch of fucking idiots, man.
They are awful. I mean, that's what I said. It is absolutely crazy when you look at what's going on here.
You can't, seriously, man. This is running around senseless. no attitude, being outperformed, outskilled.
Mate, I'll tell you something now. If we get a point from this game, it's the comeback of the year because they should have.
You changed the score win.
It's changed.
No, it
Has it
isn't.
gone? You just got to get it across.
Fucking hell, man. Fabian share a total fucking numpty, man.
Well, I mean, I'm not being far. I don't blame him alone. I think we've been.
Oh, I mean, everybody else was idiots.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
been a number of
he gave the ball original. Only Pope fucking saved one of them.
Yeah.
And,
Onana finished it well, mate, to be fair, because he put it right in the bin. But they were just lining up on the edge of the box for that one. And it shaped beautifully. Have you got it, Win?
See what happens.
Yay, there you go.
Well, you got to transition.
Well, the last time
now you have. God damn, it took you to.
Last time I did that, it put the whole match on.
Well, that's because that's your fault. Because on the left, you got to see what you're transitioning.
Yeah. Well,
so if you had them.
Anyway,
fucking hell. Anyway, this is
J7 now. Man. Oh, we've lost it again. J7's had a mare today, absolute mare. J7 again plays it into Bruno, who gets muscled off the ball from Onana. Crafty's on now for Trippier, and Willock's on, and Wilson's on. So he's going for a 4-1 loss.
I mean, to be fair, Isaac's done nothing to do.
He's not really had anything to feed off, mate.
What is he supposed to do? Block a shot as well.
Harvey Barnes is on. He's off. Sorry. No, Tino's giving the ball away that time.
Like, this is unbelievable, bro.
Mings, Konza. It's just been too easy for them. The two centre backs for them. They've not had a lot to do.
This second half has been a draw second half, man.
It's been awful. I mean, I'm not being funny. Who's he took off? Because we've got Willock on now.
Gordon is on.
Yeah, who's he took off then? Because the three midfielders seem to still be on there. So which system is he playing now?
What the fuck is Wilson going to do?
It looks like it's 4-4-2. He's gone now.
Man, get out of here, man.
Murphy's off, Trippier's off, Barnes is off, and Isaac's off.
Here's the thing. You need somebody that will run, that will try to disrupt Villa's defense. And Callum Wilson is not going to be that. Need to wake up and smell the coffee already.
Through again, mate. Straight away. What's he got? J7 on the right-hand side? You're joking me.
Yeah.
Kamara now going through. It was a slide drill pass there, but it blocked out luckily for Newcastle. It's picked up again easily. Like I say, Matson just, let's say he's got the freedom of bloody Birmingham at the minute. Come on, guys, we're fucking 4-1 down. Ball over the top again, and they're clean through again nearly there. Watkins just miscontrols it. So much space and time in the middle of the box, and it's off the post again. I mean, that's what I said, Rogers. You've got so much time and space in the middle of the box.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear Callum Wilson being named ever again for the rest of the season, man. Please save me the liver enzymes.
I mean, it's just absolutely too easy for Newcastle, for Aston Villa. Newcastle are all over the place, and like I say, now we've swapped so many places. Everybody looks all over the shop.
Well, we want.
Tonali gets a bang on his shins. Burn now down the side to Anthony Gordon, who, to be fair, hasn't really changed a lot since he's come on. They're dominating us all over the park at the minute. Ollie Watkins just plays a simple ball inside, and there's, everybody's standing off them.
Yeah. That's the thing.
This is our goal difference going down the tube as well.
Yeah, well, these are the. You know when you said it could be 6, Win. It could be 6. You're right. It could be them though.
6 the other way.
Yeah.
6. How about 8 maybe?
Kraft now picking the ball up.
I literally, they could have scored 8 goals tonight.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I mean they've hit the woodwork. Was it 3-4 times now?
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, well,
Look how easy it is to get the ball back. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, we have just gone caputo.
we're
Headed
not
up
going to we're not going to score again, and this is how it's going to end. But
Come on, Bruno.
the team just didn't show up, and that's what happens when you don't show up.
No.
Plain and simple.
Kraft now just getting hammered by Ramsey. J7 wins the ball back though. I don't know. Why don't you just put a Sula on down the right hand side if you're looking for a winger or something like that? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense
to have J7 down there because he's out the game now. If you're going to take a midfielder off, you might as well take Bruno off who's on a yellow card. Tonali now plays it out to J7 on the right hand side. J7 looks to get it into the box. It goes towards Willock. Willock with his head again. Nowhere near the goal.
It's hardly even worth getting the rescue dog out.
Well, unluckily for me, I've opened mine.
No, mine's finished.
Oh, Target's coming on. Noah Sula. Shaw's coming on.
All right, well, Jason Tindall definitely is proving.
What the hell's going on there?
He was going to prove it at some point anyway. That he is not he's not a manager.
I have no idea now. Who's playing centre back for God's sake?
Yeah, we are just we're all over the place.
Well,
Kraft's coming on. Yeah, into right side of centre back. Kamara's going on for them.
What is the point of doing this?
Target on and Tino to the right, I would imagine.
To the right side now, yeah, exactly. Well, he's saying that Tino's not had a great game. He's been,
nobody's
outdone.
had a great game. Let's be honest.
Well, unneeded crazy changes don't help either. That actually proves when players don't perform. If you put Joe Linton as a right wing, I mean, what's he supposed to do? He's not going to be Mo Salah. I know that.
No. Well, I think what he's trying to do now, he's more or less saying, we've lost this game. Give the lads a break because we've got lots of games to go on and try and get points. I mean, Rashford's come on now.
And they put Rashford on.
Yeah. Let's see if they can unhinge quite a broken back four then.
Yeah, my goodness. Anyway.
Martinez goes long this time again and headed clear by Dan Byrne. Willock doesn't really get involved in that one. Wilson, I should say. But it goes all the way back to Martinez. And like I say, it's just so easy. Martinez again, just taking his time now. Decides to go long. Drills that ball all the way through to Rashford. Rashford plays the ball out to Matty Cash. And Matty Cash now just, again, loads of time and space to Konza. Konza just gives it all the way back to Martinez. I'm sure there's an extra claret shirt on the bloody pitch because they seem to have a pass out of every angle there is. Aston Villa now onto the halfway line with Ramsey. Ramsey gets a bit of a touch from the side, and the referee's going to pull him up every time there because you can't do that anymore. I mean, to be fair, J7 did get the ball back, but because he's so gangly, I mean, it's shocking.
Jacob Scott says Graham Jones coming in for J7.
Yeah, please. Tielemans.
David Knight, Shar, and Byrne are snails. Well, tonight they have done themselves for the bad, I tell you.
For me, you look at players that can run the line, the forward line. I think Ollie Watkins has done superb for them. He did really, he ran the line. He got us all over the place. We were disjointed. And then you've got a tactical, I suppose you can class it tactical brilliance because you start playing your inverted tens then. You get Ramsey, who hasn't been involved in the game, McGinn, both swapping sides, and then they start moving into the blind channels. And Oh, what you doing? See,
Here we
you
go.
concentrate more on the fucking player than you do the ball. Marlon now with a
Come
chance.
on.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus Christ! You know,
Win, I don't want to hear you talk about Dan Burn tonight. Please don't. For your own sake, I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you. All right? Make sure you don't,
his
please.
fingers need pointing more places than Dan Burn.
No, not really. Not for that
Yeah.
third goal.
Oh, right, that's one goal.
Yeah,
Different
one out of the
style.
4.
Just different
One
style.
out of the 4.
Bad time.
ball goes down the line for Anthony
Well
Gordon.
done.
Does go on the outside. Plays the ball on to Tonali now, who's down that left-hand channel, pushing into the box. Tonali looks to get the cross in, but again, a little bit delayed for me, if I'm honest.
Should have been in quicker.
And it seems to be our problem today. We've held on to the ball a little bit too much today. And again, it's because the break was too quick. He's waited for players to join him, and it's just not been there.
That's not strictly true because Wilson was there in the middle.
Well, yeah, you got one player, in and amongst 4 or 5 claret shirts. I mean, the chances of you getting the ball. Gordon with the corner now. In towards the back stick to nobody in particular, and it's out. Again, really poor with our set pieces. It's been absolutely awful. It really has. He's certainly not down for Manager of the Month anymore.
No, man. Well, I tell you, the thing is, though, he looks lost, and he looks lost, and it changes scream of lost. I mean, I don't know what's he doing?
Well, I think it's minutes in legs now, isn't it? I think, like I say, damage is done. There ain't a lot you can do now. And I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to get as many players that haven't played much over the last.
I wonder if he's had a phone call.
Yeah, and just said, listen, get the players on. Just give them a run out. I mean, we've never looked like scoring in the second half, if I'm honest with you. Dan Burn now. Oof. That's a dodgy ball back to Popey, but it gets there. Kraft to Bruno. Bruno plays a nice little ball around the corner for Tino to run onto. But again, I'm going to say, come on, referee. It's got to be a yellow. What's going on here? Oh, sorry. The Australian has to write it down before you can play the ball. I mean, that's terrible.
Hashtag knackered.
He pulls him round on a little bit of a merry-go-round, and then throws the ball away, and Bruno pushes him. I mean, I understand the want to get the ball, but you're on a yellow card, Bruno. The last thing you need is to get bloody red carded for a push into the chest. J7 now inside to Bruno. Bruno gets closed down from Tillman straight away. The referee's seen that and he's allowed play on. He's given him the ball now into Anthony Gordon now on that left-hand touchline. Plays it back centrally into the centre circle with Bruno. Again, just looking for movement. J7 comes inside. Oh, Jesus. J7, I don't think has passed the ball.
Shocking.
At all. Bruno went to ground again, and the referee has looked at him. Ball's gone down the wing at Wilson. Wilson tried to get the ball centrally, and obviously he's our centre forward. I don't know if anybody was there, mate. Tino. Back to J7. J7 down the line again to Tino. J7. Kraft. Tonali, square. Willock now.
Get on your bike.
It's target. Willock again. Dan Burn. Anthony Gordon now. Plays inside to Willock. Willock just looking to get some support from Gordon. Gordon plays in Kraft, and I think Kraft could be offside here. Plays the ball into the box. We've got an overload at the back stick.
Come on, J7.
J7 gets a touch on it. Plays it back to Bruno. Bruno Tonali. It's all on to Tonali's left foot. Everybody's trying to shape the ball onto the right foot. It's not working. Tino to Bruno. Bruno gives the ball to Tino. Tino on his good foot makes a complete scrub of the cross. It was all over the shop.
Doesn't
then.
that just sum up today?
Yeah, it does. It does. That's what I said. You know, when you've got in behind for the first time in a long time, and you're looking for something decent, and it's just poor. It really is.
Well, we
Ollie
got to
Watkins.
see what Aston Villa has now as far as points.
57.
Are we fourth yet?
No, we're still third.
No, we're still third.
Well, let me tell you something.
6 minutes of added time, but they're all closing in now.
But Nottingham Forest can go above us now with their game in hand.
With their game in hand. Oh, there's a overload here if they get onto it. Again, just don't run our way. Well, it goes down to J7. J7 now to Bruno. Bruno inside. He gets a good turn of the ball there. Plays the ball into Wilson. Wilson back to Tonali. Tonali out to Kraft. Kraft looks for Gordon on the overlap a little bit. Again, it's just slowed right down. Gordon drives it into the box. It's headed clear by Aston Villa. Out to Marcus Rashford, who's got a bit of grass to run into now, Marcus Rashford. And again, just pulling the ball down on this left-hand side.
Down.
Tries to take on Kraft. Kraft does really well there. Just to slow them down. But again, you know, Villa just need to keep hold of the ball. They don't need to run. Back with Villa now on the halfway line with Konza. Again, it's just far too easy. Ball over the top just to try and get in again behind us with Marden. Oh, Marlon, I should say. Bird. Kraft. Oh, Kraft, you know that was never going to get to your player. You could see he was in front of him. Jesus Christ. I mean...
Why can't we just hoof it, man?
Just can get rid of it.
There we go.
Marlon there with the shot.
Okay.
Ooh. Just past Pope's right-hand post. Oh, Jesus. Again, that was a really bad ball from Emil Kraft because you could see that the pass wasn't on. The player was in front of
Hey, Lee Leland. Appreciate it, mate. The best thing I've seen in the last 24 hours is Chris on the Premier League football channel. Appreciate that. Listen, I went over there and told him we were going to be second. Fuck me, man. After this match.
Yeah,
Thank God. But see, it was a part of the budget that we could lose points here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was how they were going to react from
but it's
the
not,
PSG.
It's not. But you know what's crazy? Because I contradict. Like, come on, man. We're going to score. Well, you guys. It's not even about losing. It's the point is how we lose.
It's
when
how
we
we
lose,
lost.
we mean it.
Yeah,
That's the problem, man. It's fucking crazy, man.
We have been
Oh,
complete,
my God.
oh, jeez. We are seen out of control of the ball. We're all over the place. I mean, like I say, Ross Barkley there, you know, he drills one across, like a cross shot, which Popey manages to get his hand to.
There's a movie I forgot. It's a boxing movie where the guy says, "Throw in the damn towel." Oh, we need to do it now.
Yeah. Onana.
Oh, Nana.
Oh, Nana. What's your name?
That's in the, oh, Nana.
It's just far too easy. Like I said, there's no out for Newcastle. There hasn't been in the second half. Oh, Willock's going to get yellow here, I would have thought, from Matty Cash.
New boy on the block, he might get a spare there.
He might do. Yeah, he's certainly done us today, I must admit.
Yeah.
We've not been able to compete with this
at the races.
with this system whatsoever.
He's...
But we've not been able to, like I said, we've held on to the ball far too easy for me. It's like one touch too many times.
But
And
I think the key's being J7.
well, I think there's been too many off players, mate. I mean, J7 has been woeful. Murphy was woeful, you know. And it doesn't matter where you go with the ball, you still want players to. Oh, look at that for the pass! I mean, come on, Bruno. I mean, That is just absolutely awful. I mean, it's all just Mad Dog's face there. Did you see
probably
it?
been the worst of the lot.
I mean,
That-
he's
the
trying to
best- the
force
best-
something that's
the best
not there.
midfield in the country. You wouldn't think it looking at them now.
No. Well, look, if you look at Watkins to Isak and the way Watkins run the line for Aston Villa
Yeah.
compared to what Isak did, totally chalk and cheese, mate.
Isak's hadn't been at the races for a few games now.
By the way, this the stream is from Telemundo in Spanish,
Yeah, I know.
and they're saying two historic clubs going at it: El Villa and El Newcastle going at it.
El Newcastle.
El Newcastle. I told you when. They're not putting Sunderland there.
All over the top there to Marlon. Marlon chests it in front of him. Dan Burn
I'll
comes
tell you
across
what,
to
they're
cover. But look
whipping.
at that. I mean, whose ball's that to? I
Boy,
mean,
there.
lucky Marlon shit out of that one.
Well, I don't think this determines which is the better team, by the way, because, I mean, the next one we could win it, but it's just, we didn't turn up for this one, and they just beat us like a rented mule.
You've hit the nail on the head. We just didn't turn up.
They beaten us like a rented mule, mighty win.
No.
Well, there it is. It's
That's it.
full time.
We have
Mr.
been-
Good evening. El Aston Villa won against El Newcastle. Al Newcastle United.
We
Well,
have been spanked there.
they have spanked us like a red-headed stepchild. Boy, oh boy. Well, that's it. Anyways, well, what a match.
Tindaloot. PDK. Tindaloot.
Tindal out, man. I tell you what, boy.
It's a good job we can still laugh, isn't it,
I
after that
think
performance?
It's just been breaking news there on Sky Sports. Eddie has a relapse.
Yeah. My goodness.
Reality check, absolutely. And like I said, 3 games for me is going to be the key. You get anything from today's game, it gives you that momentum to go in, have a week off and go for it. And it wasn't to be. And I said it was who reacts better. And we expected with Newcastle's momentum, it would be the black and whites that continue the vein. And they would have a bit of a hangover after the PSG game. Wasn't to be. They were wanting it more than we were.
If anything, it's given them an additional
Something
incentive.
to play for. Yeah, something to play for.
Well, that certainly has kept them
And
alive.
they've certainly picked up that baton and run with it.
Yeah,
It's kept them alive right now. 57 points, 2 points behind us. We still got a better 2-point lead, but I don't think we can afford many mishaps at all this season.
No, well, like I say, you can't afford to play like that too many times, even against lesser opponents.
Because
how can the same team perform the way they've done the last few games, and then like that?
Well, I tell you what gets you though, mate. With them words that you've just said there, can you imagine if the shots that hit the woodwork from Aston Villa had have gone
been
in?
frightening, man.
It would have been embarrassing. Yeah, it would have been embarrassing.
His manager's second would have been the manager's second score sheet. Obviously, Tyndall's not. But.
That's what I said. I mean, when you look at it, it's how you react to a loss. We haven't lost. This is the loss on the cards now for us. You've got to give Aston Villa lots of credit there because their mental approach to this game has been spot on. They restricted Newcastle's play from start to finish. They bombarded us with all sorts of different things. Then they changed the system, playing the inverted number 10s, and we couldn't cope with that. We weren't allowed to go forward and move our players. And I think, I said at the start of the game, sometimes you can't respect the opposition too often, too much. Because if you do that, you get pegged back further and further. And we was today. We weren't allowed to get forward. And I think we showed far too much respect. I have a feeling Tyndall wanted a draw. That's how he set it up, 5-4-1. Didn't want to get them behind. But once they did the inverted 10s, we were all over the shop. Who was running with the 10s? Nobody was. Really strange for me, that one. But like I say, it was only one way after that. And that was a Villa win.
Yeah, that is right. Anyways, we're going to get into the instant match reaction right now. Me and Win, so you can come on and have your say. Garrett will get prepared for
Yeah, I've
the
got to watch it
inside.
all
Well,
over
you got a
again.
busy now.
Oh,
You got a
Jesus
busy.
Christ.
So
That's going to be I might have half an hour siesta before I come back and watch that again.
So,
Oh,
but anyways, we'll see you right now. You should be redirected. So please join us on the instant match reaction. Come on, all fans, have your say about tonight's performance. Thank you to the last super chat here on the screen. Sam says Villa defensive shape was smart. So thank you, mate. Appreciate that, Sammy. We will see you all right now in the instant match reaction. Highway the lads. See you in a minute.